Entertainment. After 3 years of seclusion, he was exposed by his daughter. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 151. Amazing falsetto. How did this voice appear? Why did Lin Fei's voice, which was so magnetic, turn into a voice like that of a young man at this moment? As the saying goes, a person's voice can really change his opinion. Point now, when all the audience saw that Lin Fei everyone could make such a voice, they were all surprised. Point this is actually a false voice, and everyone was instantly attracted by Lin Fei's false voice. Point in his mind, a scene seemed to appear at this time. Point that is a young man in white clothes, riding a horse with high spirits. Passing by a mansion, he was attracted by a girl inside. This song. Good artistic conception. So beautiful. Such a picture appeared in everyone's mind in an instant. A kind of happy feeling of secret love suddenly rose in everyone's heart. Everyone smiled happily. That feeling was unprecedented. Though Han Mingtang has listened to it many times, he still feels that the mood of this song is poetic and picturesque. Whose lady is waiting to be married. The sound of the piano plucks my heartstrings. I look forward to seeing you. I fly kites in front of her door every day, but in the vast sea of people we met by chance, who knew that I would wear out all the iron shoes in just a moment? I was destined to fall in love with you. The picture changes so much. Point this is a voice in a monologue. Point there is also the voice for such a scene. Everyone has already associated it. Even has thought of the moment when the boy went to the girl to confess his love in a graceful manner. And the face of the girl is also reflected in everyone's mind at this moment. As for the appearance of the boy, everyone has already focused their attention on Lin Fei. That's right, at this moment, everyone is attracted by Lin Fei hearts. But this is obviously not over yet. Beauty, young man, the entanglement planted in the previous life marriage. Red line, invite you to walk side by side in this world. Boom, crash, like, or thunderclap. A sense of shock exploded in everyone's heart. Point the whole audience stood up, shocked. Is this a reverse voice? The word beauty and the word marriage are actually female voices. Could it be that someone else is singing? But this does not exist. When everyone saw Lin Fei singing these 4 female words so casually, everyone was amazed. This was all done by Lin Fei alone. What a voice shaping power. And the most important thing is that Lin Fei's climax part actually adopted the opera tune. When the unique melody sounded with the sound of the piper, everyone's expression changed. Hamlet's among 1,000 people. Point there are 1,500 happy endings among 1,500 audiences. And from the fact that all the audience stood up now, we can predict Lin Fei's ending. Marriage, red line, invite you to walk side by side in this world. Lin Fei's singing continued and finally ended after 2 minutes. Listening to the melodious ending, Lin Fei smiled. He smiled happily. Xiaozin, did you hear it? This song is so much like when I confessed my love to you. Now, I sing it out. I hope you can hear it. Woo. Woo woo. As if she felt Lin Fei's thoughts, Tang Xin, who was watching the live broadcast in the hotel, cried, and the tears in her eyes flowed silently. Point together with Lin Fei, Tang Xin really felt the scenes of the past appearing before her eyes at this time. Point with a husband like this, what else can a wife ask for? Dang dang dang. When the last few notes fell, Lin Fei's song Youth Travel finally ended at this time. Quiet, though the whole audience was extremely quiet. Everyone closed their eyes, and under the light, they could clearly see that mouth was smiling at this time. Completely different. If Lin Fei's first song can bring a sense of regret and love, then this song brings everyone a sweet feeling of love. Dear, marry me. Suddenly, at this moment, a shout sounded. Hey? Lin Fei was surprised. Damn, is there any surprise when singing a song? Suddenly, Lin Fei turned his head and saw a man kneeling on one knee in the back of the audience, holding a ring in his hand. The man looked handsome, and the woman looked very cute. When this voice sounded, the people around him instantly made room. Lighting engineer, lighting, cameraman, close up. Instantly, the director everyone reacted arms. Watching the situation over there like a spectator, I saw that the girl was covering her mouth in surprise. Seeing that the girl had no reaction for a long time, Lin Fei couldn't help it. Girl, if you meet a good man, don't miss him. Promise him. Promise him. Instantly, the whole audience was in unison, and they all shouted. Hearing such shouts, the girl finally reacted. Aha. Nodding repeatedly, the girl hurriedly reached out to take the ring, and was immediately held in the man's arms. Wow. The whole audience was boiling immediately, and the staff also sent a microphone over with sharp eyes. The man took it, and turned to look at Lin Fei. Applause. What is this? This is the appeal of the song. Lin Fei's 2 songs are more appealing than the other, and everyone admires him. Okay. Stop. Instantly, Lin Fei raised his hand, and stopped everyone's shouting. Everyone looked at Lin Fei in confusion, not knowing what Lin Fei was going to say. The result, Lin Fei looked at Li Dong, who was already gloomy at the moment, and finally spoke. Judge Li Dong, I don't know if you are satisfied with my song. Chapter 152, top of the list, successfully challenged. Listening to Lin Fei's words, Li Dong suddenly jumped up. Although there was no microphone to help, heard Li Dong's shouting. Li Dong, get out. Which song of Lin Fei's is not more popular than yours? He is a pioneer of a new style of music. Others' excellence. In an instant, the audience around him denounced Li Dong. Now, Lin Fei, wait. After shouting loudly, Li Dong left the studio directly. He was so ashamed and angry that he had no face to stay here. Go away. Go away. The whole audience watched Li Dong leave, and no one knew who started it, and everyone started shouting. Shh. Lin Fei, seeing this, immediately stopped everyone. He didn't want to see the matter ferment. This is a live broadcast. Again. I still want to hear it. That's it. Listening to everyone's shouting, Lin Fei curled his lips helplessly. Don't make trouble. We are still live broadcasting. If you want to listen, go to the platform to listen. I have commissioned the program team to extract the sound source and upload it to the platform at 12 o'clock tonight. Okay. The whole audience cheered immediately. Everyone now has only one feeling. That is, Lin Fei's songs are really never boring. At this time, Han Mingtang hurriedly came up. At this time, he had a smile on his face. As for what happened to Li Dong just now, to be honest, Han Mingtang was very worried about the fermentation of the matter. He was really worried that Lin Fei and others would do something bad. But now, he felt that it was nothing. Li Dong left because he was ashamed. Program. Looking at the audience, Han Mingtang raised his hand and pressed down. Please sit down. I can understand your mood at this time, but our program has to continue. Next, please open the voting channel for Lin Fei. Please ask the judges to comment. With Han Mingtang's words, the whole audience finally quieted down. And the remaining 7 judges, one of them picked up the microphone at this time. Songs is such a pleasure. Although your style is new, you completely put me into it. I believe that your achievements in the future are limitless. One person said, and then another. Lin Fei, I never thought that you could create such an intriguing song. It's really great. As for my score, I think the scene has given me the answer. Thank you. Lin Fei bowed to express his gratitude. Will leave, or the other 6 will steadily advance to the finals. Let us wait and see. While speaking, Han Mingtang took Lin Fei to the backstage, and the staff took over the entire scene. The audience friends at the scene only reacted at this time and quickly started to score. Everyone was deeply moved by Lin Fei's songs just now, and even forgot to vote. After all, you have to know that the voting on the spot, 1 vote is worth 100 points, which is extremely important. Brother Lin, you are awesome. Lin Fei just returned to the lounge and heard someone shouting in the lounge. Listening to it, Lin Fei smiled helplessly. Calm down. Public figures, let's be calm. Haha. Everyone laughed when they heard it. Zhao Huoji came closer and patted Lin Fei on the shoulder. Brother Lin, you just slapped Li Dong in the face. You don't know, we all jumped up when we saw it. It's really cool. Haha, sorry. That Zhao Shan also spoke at this time. Now, I know that I made a mistake in choosing your song. I can't sing your artistic conception at all. Your sense of substitution is really too strong. That's right, Karo. Han agreed. Today, even if I lost to you, I'm willing to do it. Don't say that. Dear seniors, don't say that. I'm just here to learn experience today. Whether I can successfully challenge the club depends on the audience. Okay, just like that, everyone began to rest point as for their own results. No one was nervous after all. In their opinion, Lin Fei was really too strong. Besides, they had tried their best, so even if they lost, there was nothing to say. And just like that, half an hour passed. When Han Mingtang got the final score, he was surprised. This is too scary, right? Seeing the staff's equally shocked eyes, Han Mingtang took a long time to react. Call everyone to the front of the stage. The gaze of the audience. Everyone, let me announce the number of votes. As he said that, Han Mingtang drank a sip of water. Everyone laughed. This iconic move is really tormenting. Okay, today, I won't torture you anymore. Suddenly, Han Mingtang laughed. First, announce the votes of our 6 permanent members. 4,102,392 points. Third place, 6th place, Han Yang. 3,980,132 points. Hearing Han Mingtang's score, Han Yang immediately became nervous. But I'm going to be kicked out successfully, right? As expected. First place, Lin Fei. 10,239,871 points. He broke the highest score since the founding of the Singers Road. At the same time, I declare that Lin Fei successful in kicking out. Wow. Instantly, the whole audience was boiling and was surprised that Lin Fei could get a high score of tens of millions in half an hour. At the same time, everyone was also happy that Lin Fei could enter the finals. But Lin Fei was not very happy at this time. Turning his head, looking at Han Yang, Lin Fei bowed deeply. Teacher Han Yang, I'm sorry. Chapter 153, Return Home. Lin Fei still had the microphone in his hand, and his words just now were also amplified. For a moment, the whole audience was moved. No one expected that Lin Fei would be so polite. And Han Yang, seeing this, hurried forward. Private thoughts. If you have any experience, tell us. Haha, okay. I tell you, I will treat you to dinner later. Haha. Everyone around heard a conversation between the two and laughed. According to common sense, in such an occasion, everyone would be frustrated because of losing the qualification. But now, Han Yang has no such idea at all. Everything is because of Lin Fei's appearance. Everyone feels convinced that they can be defeated by such a strong enemy. Dear audience friends, the final of the Singers Road will be held in the Langchao Stadium in Yangjing 1 month from now. Welcome everyone to witness the birth of this honor. With Han Mingtang's words, the 7 guests left. In the evening, gathered in a luxury hotel in Shacheng City, including the guests and some important figures of the program team. Everyone toasted and exchanged cups, and everyone drank until 10 o'clock in the evening. Fei and Xiao Bei boarded the plane home together. The next day, at 3 o'clock in the morning, they got off the plane and took a car back home overnight. The time was already 4:30 in the morning. Xiao Bei, if you are tired, go to the room to rest first. I will prepare breakfast for my daughter and us. Hey, it's okay. I'm not tired, brother Fei. I'll help you. Breakfast point. Originally, he was still a little sleepy. After all, it was really hard to sleep well on the plane. But when he smelled the breakfast made by Lin Fei, it smells so good. Fuck. Brother Fei, how come you have such a skill? Seeing Lin Fei's serious look at this time, and smelling the fragrance, Xiao Bei's saliva almost flowed down. Listening, Lin Fei smiled helplessly. You, kid, you are really a complete foodie. We will eat in a while. It is passed down to girls but not boys. I'll go for surgery now. Damn. Lin Fei raised his middle finger in contempt. Sniff. After sniffing twice, Xiao Bei curled his lips. No wonder your restaurant invited you. I heard that you cook delicious food on the internet before, but I didn't believe it. Do you believe it now? Yeah. Lin Fei laughed. This kid is always such a funny guy. Is dad back? At this moment, a sweet voice rang out. Lin Ya. Lin Fei turned his head and looked. I saw a cute little figure running out of the door of the villa. This is Lin Ya. At this time, Lin Ya was holding a bao. Seeing that it was Lin Fei in the kitchen, Lin Ya was immediately happy and shouted loudly in a baby voice, Dad. Hey, Lin Fei responded quickly. Oh, my little baby, run slower. Rushed forward and picked her up and put her on his shoulders. Sitting on Lin Fei's shoulder, pinching Lin Fei's face, Lin Yana said with a baby voice and pouted. Dad, why did you come back just now? I missed you. But your song yesterday was so nice. And that bad uncle, well said. It's the most annoying when people like this bully dad. Haha, silly girl. Lin Fei laughed, and then his expression became gentle. Sorry, dad has been out for too long this time. In that case, the day after tomorrow, dad will go to participate in a program and go to a very beautiful place. Then, dad will take you there. Okay, really? Of course. Instantly, Lin Yana looked happy and kissed Lin Fei on the face, making Lin Fei laugh again and again. That's right. Thinking of something, Lin Fei pointed at Xiao Bei beside him and said, Jia, this is your uncle Xiao Bei. Hello, Uncle Xiao Bei. But, Lin. Ya greeted politely in a childish voice, and Xiao Bei responded again and again, brother. Fei, your daughter is so cute and sensible. Of course not, no matter whose daughter she is. Lin Fei's face suddenly showed a proud look. Dad, there are guests at home. I have been sleeping at home these days. Oh, guests? Lin Fei was a little surprised. Who is it? Damn. Who is cooking so delicious? I woke up with greed. Lin Fei, is your kid back? At this moment, two voices rang out. Lin Fei listened and turned to look. When he saw the three people coming out of the villa, Lin Fei smiled. Sicken Yu, Wang Yao, crossing Xiaolang. And the voices just now were the voices of Sicken Yu and Wang Yao. Only when the three of them came closer did crossing Xiaolang speak. Woo, smells so good. Damn. The three of them had already become familiar with each other, and Sicken Yu was not shy about it, not caring about his identity as a young master, and gestured a middle finger smelling the fragrance. Sicken Yu walked forward and was about to open the steamer. Damn. You touched it without washing your hands. Lin Fei was helpless and slapped Sicken Yu's wrist directly. Looking at the three of them in silence, Lin Fei spoke. I said, why are you guys here? Why can't we be here? Wang Yao pouted. Young master, you bought another piece of land. I had nothing to do, so I came here to supervise. Who would have thought that I have been here for 3 days and you kid just came back? Lin Fei was helpless and Lin Yao shouted. Dad, I report that Uncle Wang Yao is just greedy for the food you cook. He has been eating takia every day these days, and he keeps nagging about when you will come back. Hey, you little girl, why do you say everything? Haha. Lin Fei laughed when he heard it. Patting Lin Yao's little feet, Lin Fei put her down and pointed to a suitcase in the yard. Yeah, go and see the snacks and toys I bought for you. Really? Dad, can I give them to Sister Yingying and Sister Yumeng? Of course. Okay. Looking at Lin Yao happily rummaging through the box, Lin Fei turned his head and looked at Wang Yao and the other two brothers. You have worked hard during this period. Chapter 154, Company Establishment, Lin Fei and -039, S guarantee. Sicken Yu waved his hand. I, see Kang Gaiu, have never complained about the decision I made. That is, Wang Yao echoed. But Daphne, if you've worked hard, you can take care of 3 meals a day these days. Tomorrow, and Jada will be taken away by then. Why are you going? Sicken Yu asked. Lin Fei spoke. To participate in a program, Jada will also go. It's over. Wang Yao spread his hands. I came here for nothing. If you share it, you can eat it for a day. I will leave tomorrow. Haha. Everyone laughed. And not long after, at 7 o'clock in the morning, Hyun's shouting also sounded outside the door. Xiao Fei is back, right? I knew it was you as soon as I smelled it. These soup dumplings made? Have you made more of them? Lin Fei smiled bitterly after hearing this. Hyun at least greeted him. But teacher Huang, you came up and asked if you would do more. The purpose is too obvious, right? So, Lin Fei had no choice but to speak. Yes, I have more preparations for you. Ha. Dazed at this time was Huang Fei's daughter. After shouting quickly, Lin Yao began to rummage through the toys with him. Looking at Lin Fei, Hyun smiled. Hey, Xiao Fei's cooking skills are still so memorable. But Xiao Fei, I watched your competition yesterday. You're awesome. Yes. Now on the internet, everyone is criticizing Li Dang. Huang Fei agreed. After the show ended yesterday, Li Dang angrily posted a 1,000-word article saying that these fans have been brainwashed by you and will say how bad you are after that. I also criticized your boy's poor song creativity, but as soon as this news came out, the comments below, I couldn't bear to look at it. Seeing Huang Fei gloating about his misfortune, Lin Fei smiled. Of course he knew this. It also became a trending topic because of being scolded. Lin Fei couldn't help but sigh at the power of fans. Of course, Lin Fei's idea is actually very simple. You may not like it, but if you are so insistent on insulting, then it is unnecessary. He is just bringing bad luck to himself and criticizing the taste of his fans. It would be strange for such a person not to be scolded. Master Fei, our company will open at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I have already invited the media. Since you are back, you can go up and say a few words while eating breakfast and listening to sick news words. Lin Fei spoke have to work hard during this period. Mr. Yu, Xiao and Xiao Lang. During this period, I will have to be out of town for at least 20 days. In this case, it will be up to you to take care of the house. Wang Yao, who was eating happily, became confused. Why do we still have to take care of it? Depend on Lin Fei pouted. It's great that you guys live in my house and I don't ask for any money. Are you not happy to ask you to clean it? Everyone, stop talking. It seems that it makes sense just to live in a beautiful place like Lin Fei. They even bought a car and traveled back and forth every day. It can be seen how attractive Lin Fei's residence is. Good times are always short-lived. Soon, afternoon came. Lin Fei and the others got up and left, driving to Maniuan County. Village Point. Otherwise, there will be no one at all by then, and fans will be unhappy sooner or later. At 2:30 in the afternoon, everyone arrived in front of the temporary office building. Point. The entire building is 10 stories high, and New rents rooms on the 2nd to 4th floors at this time. A lot of people had gathered at the door of him, who would accompany him to grow the company in the future. Lin Fei had a lot of thoughts in his heart. Lin Fei may have never thought about such a scene. Worry, I have remembered each and every one of you, and I won't treat you badly. After listening to Lin Fei's words, everyone smiled and didn't say much. Although the salary level here is not high, it is not low either, and more of them are doing it for a little kindness in their hearts. Crunch days, but I didn't expect that you would be back now. What Mr. Yan said, our company has been established, so we have to come back anyway, right? Haha, good. Yan Liang smiled happily. Looking behind him, a group of reporters have already started to build up, and time is slowly flowing, and it is almost 2:58. It's almost time. Set off the firecrackers. Crackle. Suddenly, the firecrackers were lit, and the strong sound rang out, instantly attracting countless passers-by to watch. Hey? What is this place for? I don't know. Why are there so many people here? Hey? Isn't that Mr. Yan from our land transaction center? Hey? You don't know, right? This is a public welfare company that will be established by everyone in our Maniuan County, and a school has been established in Maniuan Village to specifically support poor students. Is it true? Such a good thing. For a while, started to discuss, and soon, when the firecrackers stopped, the time came to 3 o'clock. Point. Pick up the microphone. Lin Fei walked to the front of the stage and looked at the media in front of him. Dear media friends, dear friends from Maniuan County, I'm very happy to announce today that Lin Fei Charity Company has been established. The purpose of this company is to help those who really need help. Here, I, Lin Fei, assure you that in the future, we will do our best to investigate the relevant situation and do our best to help. At the same time, on behalf of the more than 100 employees behind me, I also assure that we will accept social supervision. Chapter 155. Many voices of support. The whole network is paying attention. Lin Fei directly addressed the topic at the beginning, and there was no nonsense. He feels that, no matter how much he talks, it is better to do more. No matter how much empty words you say, it's useless. and soon, Yan Liang also came up to the stage and told some stories about Lin Fei's past deeds. All of this will be spread through media reports. By that time, Lin Fei's reputation as a philanthropist will spread again. Use speech. Dear friends from the media, welcome you again. I, Second Yu, currently serve as the vice chairman of Lin Fei charity company. In the future, our company will continue to expand. Here, I will announce 3 pieces of news. I hope they can help me spread the word. Listening to Second Yu's words, all the media became confused. What is this Second Yu going to say? And soon, a reporter suddenly thought of something. Are you Second Yu, the young master of the Second family who gave several companies a blow in one fell swoop in Yanjing 4 years ago and made hundreds of millions in gold overnight? I'll keep a low profile. Second Yu smiled. He knew that his identity would be exposed sooner or later, and he didn't care at all about this. Looking at the camera, Second Yu spoke again. First, the Lin Fei Integrated School for Industry under Lin Fei Public Welfare Company will be completed in September this year. Collect student clues from the whole society. The requirements are children from poor families who want to go to school. We hope that every child will go to school and eventually become a useful talent to society. In the future, we will expand the school according to the continuous expansion of student sources to ensure a stable input of students. Wow. Not only the reporters, but also the surrounding crowd was shocked. What a generous gesture. Integrated schools, not to mention the cost, are just for the children of the whole society. This strength is enough to surprise everyone. For a moment, everyone turned around and looked at Lin Fei, who was standing aside calmly. Everyone now just feels that Lin Fei seems to have many secrets that no one knows about. Future, we will implement real-time live broadcast of the company's entire industry on the company website, including the real-time trends of your charity funds. You can supervise and report us at any time. We will have dedicated personnel to carry out this work. Please feel free to review. Wow. If you have any dissatisfaction, you can raise it. At that time, everyone in the society will be supervising. Whatever I do is under everyone's supervision. Such a decision obviously puts a lot of pressure on the company. But it is precisely this that will make feel at ease. Today's press conference ends here. Thank you for coming. With that said, Second Yu, everyone turned around and left. The reporters also began to pack their things and prepare to go back to report urgently. Extremely serious at this time, and his attitude towards work made him very satisfied. He also took a look at the company's website construction and had to say that crossing Xian along was really powerful. Under him, there are 5 employees. With the efforts of 6 people, the website is very complete. Home point, Lin Fei asked with a smile while eating dinner. I said, Mr. Yu, now your father knows that you work for me. I wonder if he will be angry. Hey, I told him already. Second Yu smiled. My old man said, give me another 3 years, and then I must be allowed to go back and inherit the family business. He is also tired. 3 years. Lin Fei couldn't help but be moved when he listened. He knew it might not actually be 3 years among them. Second Yu must have fought for himself. Looking at Second Yu, Lin Fei spoke gratefully. Thanks. Hi. Thank you. Second Yu waved his hand. However, Mr. Lin, if possible, we still need to study the comprehensive development direction of the company in the future, and I also need more funds. Okay. Wait until I'm done with this period of time. Lin Fei has a lot of ideas about the future development direction. As for money, Lin Fei didn't know what to do for a while, but he also believed that the boat would be straight when it reaches the bridge. In this way, everyone had enough wine and food, and it was 8 o'clock in the evening, and everyone went to rest. Back in the room, lying on the bed, Lin Fei saw that he was on the hot search again. Before, he had been on many hot searches because of the recording of the Singer's Road. And now, because of the establishment of the company, he was on the hot search again. Cheng, sister. There are also Tang Xin, Wang Yao, Zhang Mao and other well-known stars. There are also 6 guests of the Singers Road and director Han. There are even many stars and big Vs that Lin Fei is not familiar with who have begun to promote. Lin Fei's charity work has taken a very big step. The whole network is paying attention. Almost everywhere you look, it's all Lin Fei's news, and the hot search has been at the top for a long time. Looking at it, Lin Fei smiled. He thinks this is really very good point, but there are always jumping clowns who will stand up. When Lin Fei saw the man's Weibo, he sneered. This time, he didn't have to do it himself. It was much easier as expected. The power of fans is strong. Thinking of this, Lin Fei opened the Weibo and began to check the terrible comments below. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 156, Crazy Counterattack. Besides, with your attitude, do you still think you can make a good song? I really think that what I said in the previous competition is right. Lin Fei, with your attitude, no wonder I scold you. If you can't concentrate on one thing, can you make a good song? Look at Tang Xin. Her new song is so melodious and beautiful. And what about you? I now seriously suspect that the program team of the Singers Road has cheated in order to let Lin Fei win the first place. Hong Mingtang, I think you are definitely involved in this matter and you don't want to shirk it. I tell you, I will investigate this matter. Lin Fei, if I were you, in order to prevent the matter from being exposed, I think you should bear the consequences yourself as soon as possible. Ha. Isn't this a bit stupid? Lin Fei saw such a Weibo and laughed immediately. He didn't expect that Li Dong would say such words at this time, which was unexpected for him. Isn't it good for Li Dong to stay here? Honestly, why do you have to slander me now? For a moment, Lin Fei curled his lips. He knew that Li Dong was completely overwhelmed by anger, and the comments below were already terrible. Li Dong, who do you think you are? You actually doubted Lin Fei's creative level? Have you ever written a song better than Lin Fei? Actually, I question it too. I wonder why director Han would let a scum like you participate in such a program. This is obviously a shame for the program team. How can there be someone like you on the Singers Road? Li Dong, there shouldn't be people like you in the music industry. Get out of here. Lin Fei flipped through a few pages and found that almost all of the Weibo posts were mocking Li Dong without any mercy at all. Seeing so many comments, all of which were in his favor, Lin Fei smiled. These fans just wanted to watch the fun and were not afraid of trouble. Soon, Lin Fei also saw that Li Dong had posted another Weibo. Network trolls, I really don't understand how much money Lin Fei spent to invite you. I tell you, this Lin Fei is a waste. I believe that the matter will be exposed soon. When the matter is exposed, I hope you can still be as arrogant as you are now. Li Dong directly opened the selected comments below this Weibo. Everyone wanted to scold Li Dong again, but they couldn't do it. However, this does not mean that no one can counter Lin Fei. Open the hot search list, and below, a rising heat appeared instantly. Support Lin Fei. It's a very simple 4 words, and you can imagine Lin Fei's influence. And Lin Fei smiled at this time, and opened it directly. But when he saw the support content of some of the top people in it, Lin Fei was moved. Zhang Mao, what? For Xiao Fei to participate in my movie? Then why do tens of millions of good reviews of my movie say that his acting skills are explosive? Yun, I think that compared to Xiao Fei's singing voice, his other talents are not much inferior. Absolutely talented. Han Mingtang. Without saying much, the program team will investigate this incident together with Lin Fei's studio. Huang Fei, Cheng, Wang Yao. News were released one by one, and the fans who paid attention became excited. Evil will be punished. Li Dong will have to pay the price for his behavior today. For a while, fans began to tag Li Dong, wanting Li Dong to pay the price for this. And Li Dong seemed to have disappeared and could not be found. But then, another heavy bomb was released. Zhuang Fei, Li Dong, I think, instead of saying that Lin Fei's songs are bad here, you might as well reflect on how bad your level is. From today on, I, Lin Fei, will remove all songs related to Li Dong's participation. Boom. Instantly, the fans were excited. What does this mean? This is to boycott Li Dong by directly removing his own works from the shelves. What kind of courage is this? How much does Lin Fei value Lin Fei? This kind of behavior immediately surprised everyone. At the same time, this also proves that Li Dong really made himself look bad. But it's not over yet. Similarly, Lin Fei was also shocked. He didn't expect that so many big names would come out to support him. Especially Lin Fei. She actually came out to support him and announced such news. What is Aunt Lin thinking? Why come out at this time? Lin Fei can understand Lin Fei's idea of speaking up for himself. But if this is the case, will Lin Fei have fewer songs? At that time, what will be reduced is income. Lin Fei's righteous behavior immediately moved Lin Fei. The two of them just collaborated on a song. Now, Lin Fei's behavior moved Lin Fei beyond words. Dong would slander him at such a time. What Lin Fei didn't expect was that there would be so many people on the internet to help him at this time. For such a thing, Lin Fei was very moved. After all, these were the connections that Lin Fei had developed. So many people were able to support him, which naturally showed their belief in himself. Lin Fei also believed that with his development like this, he would definitely overcome all difficulties, even if there were many setbacks in front of him. Thinking of this, Lin Fei smiled and opened Weibo. Others mocked him like this. How could he not fight back? So, Lin Fei also opened the Weibo editor and started editing it. Soon, the entire Weibo was sent out. Lin Fei smiled. Li Dong, don't you think you can grow a little brain? I saw that Lin Fei's Weibo was very simple, but every word was heart-wrenching. Li Dong, I'm glad that you can post a Weibo so mindlessly today, giving me the opportunity to fight back against you. First of all, where do I get the money? It's none of your business. Secondly, what's wrong with my attitude? I have so many things to do every day, but I can still make such a good song. Don't you feel ashamed? I'm not bullying you. If you take out 10 songs, can you say that the total score is better than any of my songs? Chapter 157. Fans' expectations. High productivity. New festival. And you said I cheated. And you slandered me like this? I'm even more sorry. I've taken a screenshot, and I will hand this Weibo to my team tomorrow, and I will definitely defend my rights. Instantly, Lin Fei's Weibo was posted, making the already boiling Weibo boil again. Lin Fei's words were heart-piercing. Every word was talking about how bad Li Dong's level was. Looking at the comments below, all of which were surprised and ridiculed Li Dong, Lin Fei smiled. Brother, Fei is domineering. Fight back in time. Just don't give Li Dong such a chance. Who is this Li Dong? He actually wants to slander our brother Fei? Who gave him the courage? Brother Fei, be more confident. Li Dong's songs may not be as good as yours. Look forward to Li Dong's handling result. Under the Weibo, comments were brushed one by one. And Lin Fei edited another Weibo and sent it out immediately. Everyone, go away. Let my team handle this matter. Let's not let a bad apple affect our mood today. I have good news for everyone. Tomorrow, I will go to another place with my lovely daughter to participate in a variety show. Please look forward to it. Wow. Instantly, the fans were excited. Everyone began to speculate wildly. Wait. Didn't Brother Fei just participate in 2 variety shows? He is going to participate in another variety show. Pigs can't be so prolific. You are going to make me laugh to death. Is there anyone who describes it like you? Everyone, what show do you think Lin Fei is going to participate in? I'm so looking forward to it. Oh my god, Jia is going to go too? I'm so looking forward to this fairy father and daughter. Looking at so many comments on Weibo, Lin Fei smiled. Ignoring them, turning off the phone, Lin Fei fell asleep with a smile. However, Li Dong did not look like this at this time. How could this Lin Fei have such a large network of people? How could Li Dong have imagined this? Isn't it really a failure? What should I do? At this time, Li Dong became a little nervous. He knew that he was angry that Lin Fei had such a result. But if he didn't fight back, he would really feel uneasy. Knock, knock, knock. At this moment, Li Dong heard his door being knocked. Who is it? His face Opening the door, looking at the person outside the door, Li Dan frowned. Huh? Who are you? What's the matter? Hello, Teacher Li. My name is Wang Gaoden. Brother Fei, you did a great job yesterday. Early in the morning, just after breakfast was ready, Xiao Bei came to the kitchen and gave Lin Fei a thumbs up. Lin Fei listened and smiled. I'm not a good person. Why should I swallow my anger when others slander me? Well, Brother Fei's work this time is really pleasing to the people. Xiao Bei nodded. But, Brother Fei, if this happens again in the future, please tell me in advance. After all, you are a public figure. If you don't do things well, people will probably talk about it. Okay, no problem. By the way, let our studio deal with Li Dong's matter at that time. I don't want to tolerate such a person. Don't worry, I have already arranged it. Yeah, Lin Fei agreed and didn't say anything else. And just like that, the two began to get busy. At 7 o'clock in the morning, breakfast was ready and started eating. Looking at Sicken Yu, Lin Fei spoke. Mr. Yu, the company's affairs are left to you. As for the money you mentioned, I will try my best to get it for you. Okay. Sicken Yu nodded. He knew that, if he did this, it would definitely put a lot of pressure on Lin Fei. And he didn't know how Lin Fei would get the system point. But no matter what, he believed what Lin Fei said. Point after all, Sicken Yu had never seen a person who had such a strong belief in the development of a company. This sense of belief naturally made Sicken Yu admire Wu. After taking a bite of the bun, Wang Yao spoke. Hey, Brother Fei, don't be too stressed. Even if you don't raise the money, I will give it to you. When the time comes, I will let my father take it out. You kid. Listening to Wang Yao's words, Lin Fei smiled bitterly. This kid really made Lin Fei cry and laugh. In this way, everyone had breakfast. Looking at the time, it was almost noon, and there were only 2 hours left before boarding the plane. Looking at Lin Ya, she was wearing a cartoon little skirt today, looking very cute. Lin Fei gently touched Lin Ya's little head. Ya, are you ready? We are leaving. Spoke. Lin Fei put Lin Ya on his shoulders. After saying goodbye to everyone, Lin Fei laughed as he looked at Yan and the others waving their hands next to him. Teacher He, Teacher Huang, we are leaving. We will bring you gifts when we come back. Haha. Good. After being seen off by both sides, Lin Fei and his daughter, Xiao Bei and Bao, drove to the airport. An hour later, after checking in Bao's pet, Lin Fei and his friends boarded the plane in advance. Jabba, and then he smiled and dozed off. This time, a big stone in Lin Fei's heart finally fell to the ground. Not for anything else, just because he finally let his daughter go out for a walk. For so many years, Lin Fei knew that Lin Jia was obviously very uncomfortable. After all, Lin Jia has been living in the village all the time. All along, Lin Jia has never been out for a walk. For the outside world, Lin Jia has only seen it on TV. Every time Lin Jia saw those beautiful scenery, she looked yearning. At that time, Lin Fei was extremely uncomfortable. But now, he finally made Lin Jia happy. Looking at the woman sitting by the window, smiling at the airport runway outside, Lin Fei smiled. Yeah, she really has a child's mind, but it is precisely because of this that Lin Fei dotes on her so much. Ring, ring, ring. Suddenly, Lin Fei's cell phone rang. Up the phone, Lin Fei was surprised. Director Zhang. Chapter 158. News about Zhang Mao. Another invitation. Looking at Lin Fei's puzzled expression, Xiao Bei, who was sitting next to him, leaned over. Director Zhang. Lin Fei picked up the phone and shook it. Oh. Xiao Bei was also surprised. Director Zhang called you? What's the matter? Just asking. Lin Fei shrugged and picked up the phone. Night. Haha, Zhang. Mao laughed at the other end of the phone. Good morning, Xiao Fei. Hi. What happened yesterday is nothing. After all, I know this Li Dan. He used to be like this, looking down on everyone. This time, he deserved it. In the next 2 days, our two teams will continue to pay attention, and by then, Li Dan will definitely be skinned alive. Haha, of course. Lin Fei laughed. Director Zhang, I wonder what you called me for. Let me guess. Wow, is there something good? Oh, Zhang. Mao smiled unexpectedly. You kid, Can you guess this? Haha, of course. After all, director Zhang wouldn't come to tell me about Li Dong, right? That's right, Zhang. Mao nodded. Of course, this time I came here to bring you good news, and two good news. Oh, Lin Fei was surprised when he heard it, too. Good news? Director Zhang, now that you've said that, I'm even more curious. What good news is it? You keep keeping me in suspense, and I feel so uncomfortable. Haha, who made you keep me in suspense before filming? Lin Fei pouted pointed for tat. Thinking back, when Lin Fei was filming Zhang Mao's movie, he didn't tell Zhang Mao about his actions before. In the end, such a situation happened. Isn't it the same as himself today? Helpless. Director Zhang, look at you. You are so handsome. Do you have the nerve to bully me? You kid. You are so slick. Zhang Mao laughed. Actually, the good news is nothing. First of all, I want to tell you that the movie, Jiang Hu, has officially ended its theatrical release, and will be available on major online platforms in 3 days. Oh. How is the box office? Lin Fei immediately thought of such a result. Since Zhang Mao mentioned this matter, then it must be the box office that is related to him, right? Sure enough. Zhang Mao, you kid, you reacted quite quickly. Yes, the box office data is very good. A total of 3.7 billion. 3.7 billion. So high. Lin Fei was surprised. I didn't expect that this movie would have such a high box office. Thinking about it, Lin Fei spoke unexpectedly. Why don't we release it for a while? Hey, originally, it was expected to be this short time. Now that the time has come, it will naturally be like this, so that's how it is. Lin Fei nodded. At the same time, Lin Fei thought that this was already a very good result for Zhang Mao. At that time, there will be a large wave of income from the promotion on the internet platform. No, Lin Fei refused again and again. Director Zhang, why do you have to do this? You know that I don't care about money. You kid, I knew you would say that. So, I also prepared a hand. Oh, Zhang, Mao continued. I heard that you are going to participate in the program. When you come back from the program, I will shoot a movie about sports. I hope to invite you to play the leading actor. At that time, the salary will definitely be generous. Haha, that's great. Oh, so we have it settled. Of course. I will let Xiao Bei contact director Zhang at that time, and we will negotiate the time. I will go there after the recording is finished. No problem. Finally, the two hung up the phone. Lin Fei smiled. In fact, for me, it is really too good news. From the box office and reviews of Zhang Mao's movie, Lin Fei knew his acting skills. After that, Zhang Mao invited me again, just knowing that Lin Fei was going to enter the film and television industry. This is paving the way for Lin Fei. Lin Fei told Zhang Mao long ago that he wanted to continue filming movies unexpectedly. Zhang Mao gave me such an invitation so quickly. Lin Fei was very moved by this. After all, he only participated in the recording of one scene, and he was given such a leading role. The leading actor. That is not something that can be obtained casually. Now, Zhang Mao's behavior touched Lin Fei very much. He knew that this was Zhang Mao helping him. At the same time, this also showed that Zhang Mao believed in him. As for the film remuneration, Lin Fei smiled. He actually really didn't care. After all, Lin Fei felt that his own development was far more important than money. After all, Tang Xin was priceless in Lin Fei's heart. Damn Zhang Qiang, if you hadn't threatened me with the contract, maybe now, brother Fei, why did director Zhang call you? Billion, and then invite me to participate in the recording of the next movie. Oh, the box office is so high. Xiao Bei was surprised. If I remember correctly, this should be the highest grossing movie so far this year. Brother Fei is awesome. Time. Okay, Xiao Bei nodded and spoke immediately. Brother Fei, the internet always says that you are as fertile as a sow. It seems that your reputation is well deserved. No wonder so many people like you and confess to you. Damn. When Lin Fei heard this, he immediately laughed and cursed and was about to kick him. I was wrong. Ha ha ha. The descriptions of netizens are really funny. Damn it, you are so frivolous. Lin Fei curled his lips helplessly. However, Lin Fei didn't care about everyone's nicknames. He was indeed doing this. Ring, ring, ring. Just thinking about it, Lin Fei's phone rang again. Huh. This is Chapter 159, Sheng Sichen's call. Who called me? In doubt, Lin Fei picked up directly. Hello. Hello, who are you? Brother Fei, it's me, Sheng Sichen. This voice could be said to be very familiar to Lin Fei. Lin Fei was deeply impressed by the unique smoky voice due to previous injuries other places to participate in shows. Oh, is that so? Then you have really developed. Oh, I really envy you. But I still have to work hard now. Hearing this, Lin Fei reacted immediately. You, kid, do you mean you accepted my original suggestion? Sheng Sichen said a little embarrassed. I have such an idea, but, Brother Fei, you asked me to contact teacher Zhuang Fei. A little embarrassed, right? I'll tell teacher Zhuang Fei first. You can call her in half an hour. Lin Fei smiled. He naturally knew what Sheng Sichen was thinking. At the same time, Lin Fei also understood Sheng Sichen's dilemma. He still hopes that he can return to the music scene. However, it is really different now than before. Because now, what can be seen is that in the entire music scene, new stars are rising, and countless singers have appeared one after another. For these singers, their development has already been perfect. As for Sheng Sichen, if it wants to develop, the difficulty will be even more difficult. After all, he doesn't have the same exposure as himself. That is what a newcomer needs most. But unfortunately, he didn't. Lin Fei was able to help him do such a thing. Brother Fei, I'm sorry to trouble you. Get out. Lin Fei laughed and scolded. When did you could learn to be so mean? Why are you being polite to me when you know that our relationship doesn't require this at all? Mainly because you are all developing so well now. I always feel a little bit suspicious of you. Okay, kid, don't say this next time. You already know who I am. By the way, I'll give your phone number to Xiao later and ask him to help you. Don't feel embarrassed, alright? Sheng Sichen smiled helplessly. Mainly because of Lin Fei's enthusiasm, Sheng Sichen was a little overwhelmed for a while. And soon, Lin Fei also hung up the phone. He smiled. At this time, Lin Fei thought that his good brother finally had such an idea, which was very good for Lin Fei. As a few good brothers in college, Sheng Sichen has developed to what it is now, which Lin Fei really doesn't want to see. And he also hopes to help it develop successfully. Regardless of whether there will be any rewards in the future, Lin Fei doesn't want to see him bury such a talent. Brother Fei, is he the one who sang the sad emotional song last time? From the side, Xiaoba's voice rang. Weekson of Zhuang Fei and Wang Yao, and sent the message directly. And soon, both of them replied. The first person to open it was Zhuang Fei's news. Zhuang Fei, oh. Xiao Fei, the friends around you are really hidden dragons and crouching tigers. I heard about this Sheng Sichen at the time. I also listened to his solo singles when I was in college. He is a very talented young man. I didn't expect that he would have such a story later. Okay, since you said so, I will wait for his call. While I can still move, I will close it. It's not a loss for such a talented and persistent apprentice. Haha. Looking at Zhuang Fei's words, Lin Fei smiled. This Zhuang Fei, after all, still likes singers who are really talented. In this regard, Lin Fei thought to himself that he had really found the right person, a great influence. Thinking about it, Lin Fei replied, Aunt Zhuang, thank you. I don't have anything to say. Please call me if you need me in the future. Hey, what are you talking about? Auntie Zhuang, I still need your help. Okay, sing well and participate in the show. Your talent and singing level, and even your playing and singing level, are the best I have seen so far. The most powerful young man I have ever known. I believe in you. Smiled. This kid sent me a dozen messages. What the hell? That Wang Yao's messages were still being posted quickly. Lin Fei quickly replied, okay, I asked you kid, can you calm down for a while? Something happened to Sichen before. You will find out the details when the time comes. As for him, his financial situation is a bit problematic now, and he also wants to enter the music industry with a new song. I have already introduced Zhuang Fei to him, but in terms of financial conditions, you still have to come. I'm temporarily out of town and don't know what he needs. Oh. Seeing Lin Fei's reply, Wang Yao immediately understood. Thinking, Wang Yao quickly replied, okay, I know, don't worry. I will definitely handle this matter clearly. This kid really made me suffer at the beginning, and you too. How long did you torture me at the beginning? Get out. A hero does not mention his past achievements. As he said, Lin Fei sent Shang Xichen's mobile phone number to Wang Yao and turned on the flight mode. On the plane, passengers slowly began to come up and everyone sat down one after another soon. Not long after, the flight attendant came and told everyone that the plane would take off soon. Lin Fei tidied himself a little and checked Lin Yao's seatbelt and so on. Finally, the plane took off. Wow. Dad, the plane taking off is so fun. Look at the things below. They are shrinking little by little. It's really beautiful. Dad, look, the farmland over there is so beautiful, square and neat. Looking at Lin Yao lying by the window, looking outside, her little eyes curved into a crescent, Lin Fei smiled happy. He will be happy. Chapter 160, Skills that add icing on the cake. After finding the flight attendant, Lin Fei asked for a blanket and covered Lin Yao with it. The kindness on her face never diminished. Slowly lowering the window panel, Lin Fei looked at Lin Yao sleeping soundly and then picked up a magazine and started flipping through it. Ding. Do you want to sign in? Soon, the time came to 12 o'clock noon and Lin Fei heard the voice in his mind. Hearing the voice, Lin Fei chose to sign in without hesitation. Ding. Sign in successfully. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the skill of foreign language proficiency, which has been automatically extracted. Oh. Hearing the voice in his mind, Lin Fei smiled unexpectedly. He didn't expect that the system would give him such a skill at this time. This can be said to be the icing on the cake. He was going to participate in a program abroad, and now he got himself such a skill. Thinking of this, Lin Fei smiled. He believed that his trip abroad would be smooth. Brother Fei, what are you laughing at? Why are you like a fool? Lin Fei turned his head and looked at Xiao Bei with a frown. How can you say that to your boss? Then, what are you laughing at? What? Do you care about me? Lin Fei curled his lips. Xiao Bei was helpless when he heard this. Lin Fei smiled indifferently. Obviously, it was a fun thing for Lin Fei to mock Xiao Bei now. In this way, time passed little by little. 9 o'clock in the evening came just like that. Lin Yao had already woken up. At this time, looking at the night view outside, she was amazed again. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of the flight attendant sounded, which was nothing more than opening the sunshade, putting away the small table and so on. And the plane was only 10 minutes away from Zixili Island. Hearing this, Lin Fei packed up and waited quietly for the plane to land. But soon, Lin Fei was a little confused. His position was right at the front. In the restroom of the stewardess in front, a group of stewardesses were whispering. Seeing this, Lin Fei was puzzled. Logically, Lin Fei would not care about such a conversation, but these people were talking and laughing and turned their heads to look at him. Such whispering made Lin Fei confused. They were talking about their own things. Soon, when the plane landed, Lin Fei was just about to get up and leave. Jia, let's go. We'll go to the place arranged by the program team. Okay, Lin. Jia nodded cutely, then supported herself with both hands and jumped down from the seat. Hello, may I ask, are you the singer Mr. Lin Fei? Lin, HMM. At this moment, Lin Fei heard a voice. Turning around, I saw a stewardess walking over. The stewardess looked very sweet, and she looked very nervous and shy when she pursed her lips. Seeing this, Lin Fei was puzzled. Hello, what's the matter? Lin Fei thought this should be the matter that those people just discussed about him, right? But what's the matter? I only heard the sweet stewardess speak. Hello, Mr. Lin. As she said that, the stewardess took out a note from her pocket. Looking at Lin Fei, the stewardess handed the note over. Excuse me, can I exchange mobile phone numbers with you? I like you very much. Lin Fei was stunned for a moment. What's the situation? Damn. Is she here to confess? Is it so sudden? At this time, Lin Fei could clearly see the shy look on the stewardess's face. For a moment, Lin Fei didn't know what to do. Agree. How is it possible? Who knows what Tang Xin will say about herself at that time. Don't agree. Lin Fei could see the expectation in the girl's eyes. If I hurt her, I'll hurt her, but it's better to suffer a short pain than a long one. Sorry, Lin Fei still spoke. Then, Lin Fei picked up Lin Jia and walked out of the plane. Listening to the voice of the girl behind him, Lin Fei shook his head silently. Sometimes, being famous is really not a good thing. Wearing masks, Lin Fei and the other two walked outside. Finally, came outside. Haha, next to him, Xiao Bei laughed out loud. What are you laughing at? Lin Fei looked helpless and Xiao Bei laughed out loud. Brother Fei, such a beautiful girl, why don't you agree? Who do you think I am? The child is still there. Lin Fei was helpless. The child is still here. Seeing Xiao Bei get humiliated again, Lin Fei laughed and headed for the exit. Soon after picking up their luggage, Lin Fei and the other two walked outside. When they arrived at the exit, they soon saw a man holding a sign with the words Lin Fei written on it. Seeing this, Lin Fei was helpless. By the way, can't these people pick up people in a different way? Isn't this sign a bit too obvious? Is it? Xiao Bei smiled. After all, there are too many people, so this way is the simplest and most direct. That's right. Lin Fei thought for a moment, then walked forward. It was a girl who greeted Lin Fei. When he came closer, Lin Fei stretched out his hand. Hello. I'm Lin Fei. Hello, Mr. Lin. You are finally here. Let's go. I'll take you to your accommodation. The other guests are already here. So soon. That's a shame to keep them waiting. It's okay, let's go. The girl invited Lin Fei and the other two to walk outside. At the exit, a business car appeared. After putting away the luggage, Lin Yao rushed into the car with Bao in her arms. Maybe it was because he was checked in on the plane before. Bao was so happy to be back in Lin Yao's arms again, meowing and looking extremely happy. Mr. Lin, from now on, we will start recording. Tonight, there is another event waiting for us. Well, okay. Lin Fei nodded. So beautiful here. Lin Yao shouted happily. Lin Fei listened and touched her hair lovingly. Hey? Strange. As a result, at this moment, the driver's voice rang. Chapter 161. Being noticed? Building momentum before filming. The receptionist sitting in the passenger seat asked in confusion. The driver listened and shook his head. It seems that there is a car following us from behind. I just slowed down to let it pass, but it also slowed down and followed our car at a constant speed. Everyone in the car frowned after hearing this. Lin Fei turned his head and looked behind him. He saw that there was indeed a silver white car following closely behind the business car. The distance between the two has always been kept at a distance of about 50 meters. Driver, stop the car and take a look. Soon, the girl made a judgment. Okay, the driver obeyed the order. Sure enough, when the business car stopped, the car behind it also slowed down and stopped. There is something wrong with this car. Xiao Bei spoke immediately. Is it a stalker? Group of stars helpless. They seriously affected the normal life of the stars. The crazy attitude of those fans made the stars very angry. Could it be that there is really a stalker in the car behind? No way. The receptionist shook her head. It shouldn't be a stalker, right? After all, our program has not yet exposed the corresponding personnel. We don't know our shooting location and time. How can we know? Then, is there any other explanation? This Xiao Bei's question made the girl speechless, and she didn't know how to explain it. Forget it. Let's go to the residence first. What happened will naturally come to light, and we will know it at that time. Lin Fei spoke first. As for who the person in the car behind was, Lin Fei didn't want to care about it now. Now, all he wanted was not to keep the other guests waiting for too long. Hearing this, everyone nodded. The car started again. Lin Fei turned his head secretly and saw that the car followed again. Seeing this, Lin Fei frowned. This matter was obviously beyond Lin Fei's expectations. What exactly happened, Dad? Are those bad guys? Lin Jia asked nervously beside him. No, don't worry, there are not so many bad guys. Lin Fei smiled and then doted on Lin Jia to comfort her. Turning his head, Lin Fei looked at Xiao Bei and winked at him. Xiao Bei quickly understood. In this way, the car continued to drive, and finally, at 10 o'clock in the evening, it arrived at Taoermina on Sicily Island. There is a restaurant whose purpose is to promote Chinese food all over the world, and this year, the venue of the restaurant came here. And the restaurant, facing the sea at this time, with spring flowers blooming, can be said to make people yearn for it. As for where everyone lives, it is in a villa behind the restaurant. His head in thanks, Lin Fei opened the car door, and the three of them got out of the car. While arranging the change, the staff of the program team also greeted one after another. Mr. Lin, welcome, welcome. I'm Liu Lei, the director of the program team. Welcome to our program. Director Liu Lei walked up and smiled. Lin Fei stretched out his hand. Hello, Director Liu. I hope I will bother you more in the future. No, no. Liu Lei smiled and spoke immediately. And later, we will get acquainted with each other. We need to prepare a midnight snack according to the ingredients in advance, which can be regarded as a run-in in advance. Also, we will rush to make a promotional video according to the preparations tonight. Tomorrow, we will go to promote it. That's no problem. That would be the best. Liu Lei smiled. Also, I have an immature suggestion. I hope that during the next 21 days of recording, Miss Ya can come to our restaurant. I believe everyone will like such a lovely little girl very much. Of course, Mr. Lin, don't worry. Our remuneration will not be reduced by a penny. I wonder if you, Liu Lei didn't say anything else. Lin Fei listened and smiled. Presumably, this was Liu Lei's sudden idea. After all, he had never mentioned letting Lin Ya be a permanent guest before. At that time, Lin Fei was still thinking whether Lin Ya would be too lonely at that time. After all, she couldn't appear in the camera. And now Lin Fei couldn't help but feel happy when he heard it. But he still turned around and looked at Lin Ya, who was holding his hand beside him. Yeah, what do you think? As long as I'm with my dad, Lin Ya said very sensibly. Oh, Yana is really smart. Liu Lei did not hesitate to praise her. Lin Ya laughed as she listened. And Lin Fei continued to speak. Director Liu, you and my agent Xiao Bei will discuss the relevant matters later. I will only be responsible for signing. Okay, then. Mr. Xiao Bei, shall we go over there to have a chat? Let Mr. Lin and the others go in. No problem. So, Xiao Bei, led by Liu Lei, was about to go to the working group. And Lin Fei was about to take Lin Ya in at this time. Crack. Suddenly, a break sounded. Hearing such a sound, Lin Fei turned his head immediately. This sound was very close to Lin Fei. Looking closely, I saw a silver white car parked on the side of the road. It was only 20 meters away from Lin Fei. Looking at the car, the door of the co-pilot opened at this time, and a woman rushed down. Ah. Lin Fei. It's Lin Fei. As she spoke, the woman rushed over directly. While walking, the woman was still shouting Lin Fei's name frantically. What time? That's the car. After Xiao Bei discovered the situation, he moved immediately. He ran to Lin Fei and stood in front of him. Brother Fei, go in first. This is a private child. Don't let her get close to you. Yeah. Lin Fei nodded. He didn't want Lin Jia to be frightened. Otherwise, Xiao Bei, pay attention to the impact. There are people in the back of the car recording. Yeah, don't worry, brother Fei. After saying that, Lin Fei took the nervous Lin Jia into the villa. Chapter 162. Show off your cooking skills. In front of the villa, Lin Fei pushed the door open and walked in. I saw that the villa was very bright, and the light was extremely soft, without any glare. When he walked in, Lin Fei saw two men and one woman sitting on the sofa in the living room. Next to them, the cameraman was adjusting his machine to prepare for the next shooting. Hey? Oh, I've been looking forward to you for a long time, and finally you are here. Welcome, welcome. I saw that the three people walked quickly, and the leader, who looked to be in his 30s, walked over. When he came closer, the man smiled and stretched out his hand. Brother Lin, welcome. I'm Tang Xiaochu, the store manager here. Tang Xiaochu? Haha, hello, brother Xiaochu. Lin Fei greeted with a smile. Fei, I'm Muge. I'm Zhang Hang. Hello, everyone. I'm Lin Fei, and this is my daughter Lin Ya. I hope you can take care of me in the future. Haha, of course. At the beginning, the atmosphere of getting to know each other was also very good. Tang Xiaochu, a well-known actor of his generation, is nicknamed Domineering President by fans. I don't want you to think, I want me to think. This is definitely one of his iconic lines. Of course, it is undeniable that his acting skills are really superb, and he is a super powerful actor. Muge, a national goddess of his generation, became famous with a summer TV series a few years ago. Even now, Lin Fei can still watch it when he turns on the TV. Who is the princess? This TV series can be said to have accompanied the youth memories of countless people born in the 80s and 90s. And this time, she also took charge as the deputy manager of a restaurant. Hi, brother Lin, this time it's good program team finally found a helper. You don't know, I was exhausted the first 2 times. It's really torture to cook in the kitchen all the time. Looking at Lin Fei, Zhang Hang was very happy. Zhang Hang, a world-renowned model, is famous for his tall figure and handsome appearance. Such a male model is also a veteran of the 3 seasons of this program. Listening, Lin Fei smiled. Brother Hang, look at what you said. Everyone will help each other in the future. Haha, but, come on, yeah, let Aunt Ou hug you. On the side, Muge looked at Lin Ya's appearance and liked her more and more. She hurriedly walked up to hug her. Lin Ya looked at Lin Fei and found that Lin Fei smiled and nodded, and then she fell into Muge's arms. Hey, this little girl is really too cute. Muge said with emotion was very lovable. Now that she's grown up, she's not so clingy. Everyone laughed as they listened. Zhang Hang said, children are like this when they grow up. But our boss Tang's daughter is just 1 year old. She'll have a lot to enjoy in the future. Ah. Haha. Everyone laughed, and the atmosphere was very harmonious. To talk about these 4 people, everyone has children. Zhang Hang has a son, who has already started school, and Tang Xiaochu has a daughter, who is just over 1 year old now. Looking at Lin Jia having fun with Muge at this time, the others were also chatting and laughing. Crack. Finally, at 11 o'clock in the evening, the director Liu walked in. Looking at him, Lin Fei spoke. Director Liu, how is the situation outside? What's the matter? Everyone around him was puzzled. After all, they were not outside when the accident just happened. What does Lin Fei mean? When he heard this, seeing everyone's confusion, Liu smiled. It's okay, it's just a private life, it's been solved. Oh. So, everyone heard this and finally reacted. Before could say anything, Liu spoke. Everyone, our machine's a ready problem. Everyone stood up after listening. Zhang Hang patted Lin Fei on the shoulder. Brother Lin, why don't you come up and show your skills? Of course, if you need any help, just ask and we will help you. This. Okay, Lin. Everyone smiled bitterly. These people still want to see their strength. But it doesn't matter. Lin Fei's strength is very strong. This is absolutely beyond doubt. And in this area, where he is confident, Lin Fei naturally has nothing to shirk. In this way, everyone walked towards the kitchen. Lin Ya took the lead in holding her bao, and exclaimed after entering, it seems that there are some good things in there. Everyone smiled and followed in. When they came in, they soon saw the things placed on the kitchen chopping board. TSK, so many meat dishes. Lin Fei curled his lips on the clean chopping board. There was a fish and a large piece of tenderloin. At the same time, there were various side dishes such as beef filling. These are all big. Zhang Hang curled his lips on the side. Why did this program group make so many big dishes? Lin Fei also smiled. He is now thinking about what he is going to do. Dad. As a result, Lin Ya came to Lin Fei and said with a pout, I have already thought of what you are going to do. Oh. Everyone was surprised. Do, auntie. Oh, I think, as she said. Lin Ya fiddled with her fingers. For That fish, Dad can make sweet and sour fish. For that piece of meat, Dad can make boiled pork slices, and for the meat filling, Dad can make vegetable meatball soup. Oh. Everyone listened and was surprised. After all, what Lin Yao said was not a simple method. For a moment, everyone turned their heads to look at Lin Fei. Lin Fei smiled, rolled up his sleeves and came forward. Okay. Since Yao has thought about it, let's do it. Today, I will show you my cooking skills. Prove the vision of the program team. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 163. This is like a work of art. Zhang Han came closer and watched Lin Fei speak. These dishes are quite time consuming. Let's do this so we don't have to wake up and eat them tomorrow morning. Not really. Lin Fei looked helpless. Everyone, just watch from the back. Give me 40 minutes and we can eat it today. 40 minutes. Everyone was surprised when they heard it. 40 minutes. This is no simple dish. Is this too easy to say, brother? Lin, don't make trouble. How can it be ready in 40 minutes? The preparation of these ingredients is very troublesome. You'll know after you try it. Brother Hang, just do me a favor and shave off the fish scales for me. What do you think? That's no problem. With that said, Zhang Hang stepped forward, picked up the fish, and started to pack it away. Trouble. Is this really possible? If not, we'll just make 1 or 2 dishes. Believe me, it absolutely can. Uncle Zhang Hang, you believe my dad? When Jia was hungry before, Dad cooked super fast. Well, everyone listened and said nothing more. At the same time, everyone was also thinking about ordering takiat, but after looking at the recording later, I thought about it and gave it up. Therefore, everyone could only think that Lin Fei could hurry up. Otherwise, I will probably be hungry tonight. But what everyone saw next made everyone suddenly lose their ability to think. I saw Lin Fei coming closer at this time, washing the meat very skillfully, and then drying it. Quickly picking up the kitchen knife on the side, Lin Fei looked at the texture of the meat. Brush. Lin Fei moved, pressing the meat with his left hand like a cat's claw, and quickly falling down with his right hand as if dancing, and the meat was cut off piece by piece. Hiss. This. Almuj was the first to be surprised. Lin Fei's sword skills were really fast, and he basically landed a sword in 1 or 2 seconds, but that's not the most important thing. The important thing is that this piece of meat. For a moment, Almuj came closer and picked up a piece of meat in front of him. Thin did it. As a result, what I saw was Lin Fei's extremely serious expression at this time. Those eyes were as deep as autumn water at this time, and Almuj was stunned for a moment. This man is so handsome. But why is such a handsome and talented man divorced? For a moment, Almuj began to think wildly again. As a result, Zhang Hang was stunned on the side. Holy shit. What kind of knife skills this is? Zhang Hang was shocked. He admitted that his cooking skills were really good. But I'm afraid that's also the past. At this time, when he looked at Lin Fei's flying knife skills, he was so surprised that he was speechless. What kind of precision and accuracy is this? Dang dang dang. The sound of meat with a kitchen knife rang out, and everyone was already attracted by Lin Fei's gaze. Outside, Liu Lei looked at the picture from the camera and shouted immediately. Lei's words. The photographer reacted. He quickly came closer, and the camera started filming Lin Fei's hand. I saw that the cut meat slices were placed very orderly at this time, like steps. That piece of meat looks extremely beautiful. Be good. This knife skill. The more Zhang Hang looked, the more frightened he became. Finally, after 2 or 3 minutes, Lin Fei successfully cut the entire piece of meat and reached out directly to his right side. Fei turned around. Seeing Zhang Hang surprised. Look at this moment. Lin Fei smiled bitterly. Finally, Zhang Hang reacted and watched Lin Fei speak again and again. I'm sorry, brother Lin. I was just in a daze for a while. What do you want? Just say it. I want fish. Fish only. Then did Zhang Hang react and look down in front of him. I saw only half of the fish's scales had been shaved off. At this moment, Zhang Hang became embarrassed and apologized repeatedly. Brother Lin, I'm really sorry. I'll continue now. Give me some time. With that said, Zhang Hang started to get busy. Lin Fei looked at it, shook his head helplessly, and then came to the side and started preparing various ingredients. Onions, ginger, garlic, all kinds of cuts. The ingredients appeared in pieces one by one. Tang Xiaochu and Oyu Muge behind them were already stunned. Oyu Muge was surprised. This is the first time I've seen a person who can cut meat and vegetables into an artistic blockbuster. Aha. Tang Xiaochu nodded. He no longer knew how many times he should use to describe it. Similarly, the cameramen adjusted their camera positions and looked at Lin Fei. Beautiful. The side dishes were so beautiful, which was something no one had seen repeatedly before. Is Lin Fei really that strong? The right person this time? Lin Fei was able to join their restaurant, and Liu Lei felt that this was his most correct decision. Alas. And Xiao Bei, sitting aside at this time, looked at the takeaway in front of him, and suddenly felt that it was not fragrant. Brother Lin, the fish is ready. When Lin Fei finished the ingredients in front of him, he saw Zhang Hang handing the fish overside. Zhang Hang was stunned for a moment. Himself. It's alright now. That's not right. Didn't the director say that today is a time for work together to develop tacit understanding? How come Lin Fei is the only one working now? If the audience sees this, won't they blame them? But, seeing Lin Fei quickly cutting the fish meat with a knife, his technique was extremely skillful, and looking at the neatly arranged meat slices on the side, Zhang Hang's desire to help disappeared. He thought about it and decided to forget it. These things are like works of art at this time. He was afraid that his actions would ruin such a beautiful work of art. Chapter 164. That, outside, in the program group's room, Liu Lei called the assistant director. Notify the production team immediately. Make the promotional video cool for me tonight. The more eye-catching it is, the more attractive it is. The assistant director was a little puzzled. Director, didn't we agree before to use a warmer style? In this way, it can also reflect our big family? Look, is this style suitable for warm? Following Liu Lei's gaze, the assistant director looked. After watching for a while, the assistant director left immediately. I have an idea. You say, the three of us really just look at it like this. Tang Xiaochu looked at Lin Fei in front of him, who was processing the ingredients in an orderly manner, and couldn't help but say this. What else? Oyu Muge rolled her eyes. She wanted to go up, but she had to go up. This Lin Fei is too fierce. One person can do all the work. Who can bear this? Finally, saw Lin Fei let out a sigh of relief. All the ingredients for sweet and sour fish and boiled pork slices have been prepared. Lin Fei moved quickly. When he came to the stove on the side, he poured oil and turned on two of the stoves. No way. Two at the same time, behind him, Zhang Hang exclaimed. The difficulty of operating these two woks together can be imagined. Is Lin Fei really going to do this? Obviously, Lin Fei did just that. He picked up the onions, ginger and garlic on the side, and put them in one pot, and then took out the sugar, and put it in another pot. Instantly, a stir-fried aroma came out, making everyone drool. Originally, everyone ate early in the evening, and now at this time, they were already starving. Look at Lin Fei again, holding the handle of the pot with both hands, turning it over frequently. The ingredients inside were also flying up and down at this time. After a while, he put down the pot, took the meat in one hand and the fish in the other, and poured them into the pot. Sizzle. Puff. Instantly, the flames in the two pots instantly swelled up, because of Lin Fei's stir frying. Damn it. Finally, everyone couldn't help but exclaimed, and I couldn't help but shouting. Is this really a singer? Is this a chef? Behind him, Tang Xiaochu expressed his doubts with such strength. You say he is a singer, how is it possible? It seems that what is said on the internet is all fake. Lin Fei's strength has long exceeded our expectations. Food was delicious now, when they saw it with their own eyes, and smelled the fragrance. Everyone was silent. What they said on the internet was all lies. This is so amazing, it can't be described as anything but amazing. Everyone has no words. to describe Lin Fei's strength. Sizzle. Soon, Lin Fei poured in the soup he had prepared before, covered the pot, and began to simmer it on a low fire. At this moment, everyone reacted from the shock. Brother Lin, where did you learn this cooking skill? I'm afraid that chefs are not as efficient as you. Tang Xiaochu finally asked. Lin Fei listened and smiled. Hey. Self-taught, Yada likes to eat a lot of new and strange things, and she learned it slowly. That's right, Lin. Yada echoed from the side. My father used to cook very badly, but I don't know what happened. But one day he suddenly cooked very deliciously. You little girl, Lin Fei smiled. This little girl knows how to ruin her own life. It wasn't that bad before, but after I got the system and mastered the cooking skills, I realized how bad the food was before. In this way, under everyone's gaze, Lin Fei picked up the meat filling beside him and spread it evenly on the chopping board. After searching around, he found 2 rolling pins and started beating. This. Brother Lin, you are not going to beat the beef by hand, are you? Yes. Lin Fei responded to Zhang Hang's words. How about I help you? This is a hard job. It's okay, I'll do it myself. As bang 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 he spoke, Lin Fei's hands moved faster, and the strong beating sound suddenly appeared. When everyone saw that Lin Fei's hands were almost leaving after images, and the meat on the chopping board would change a little every time he beat it, they were speechless. This? How much strength does this take? Oh, Yumuge looked at him in amazement. Tang Xiaochu looked at the bulging muscles on Lin Fei's arms, and then looked at the muscles on his own arms. He was depressed. He had been training for so long, but when he met a guest casually, he was not as strong as him. Bang, bang bang. For a while, the pounding sound was endless, just like the most powerful percussion music, making listen to it endlessly. Shocking, already clearly visible. And Lin Fei quickly started to move. One meatball appeared, and in just 1 minute, all the ingredients for the meatball corn soup were ready. Bang bang. There were 2 more sounds, and Lin Fei turned on the remaining 2 stoves. On one, there was a wok, and the other was a pressure soup pot. Golden skin appeared on the outside. Lin Fei poured it into the soup pot, and added a lot of seasonings such as corn. Done. Looking. At the time, Lin Fei clapped his hands in satisfaction. We can start eating in 20 minutes. Everyone was surprised to hear this. It's done now. What else? Lin Fei shrugged. Didn't you just watch? Everything is in the cooking stage now. This. Everyone was stunned for a moment. Knock, knock. At this moment, the door of the villa was knocked. Opening the door, Liu Lei came over. Hi. Director Liu. What's wrong? Lin Fei greeted him with a smile. And Liu Lei came closer and said a little embarrassedly that chapter 165. A blurry face. Huh. Everyone looked at Liu Lei in confusion. What happened to Liu Lei? Why did he suddenly feel so embarrassed? This made confusion. Liu Lei finally figured it out and laughed at the people in front of him. Well, I wonder if I can have some of the food you will cook later? Oh. Everyone laughed for a while. They were not fools, so how could they not understand what Liu Lei meant? So, this is greedy. Turning around and looking at Lin Fei, everyone smiled, not to mention how interesting it was. Liu Lei, like them, could not escape the curse of Lin Fei's food. Soon, Liu Lei hurriedly explained, I'm telling you, it's not that I'm greedy, but I have to try your food for the sake of our customers, right? You say, if it doesn't taste good, then customers will complain. Won't that ruin our reputation? Gulp. As he spoke, Liu Lei inadvertently swallowed his saliva. He didn't look like a director at all. Ha ha ha. Seeing Liu Lei's appearance at this time, burst into laughter and laughed out loud. I understand. We all understand. Haha. Everyone laughed at this time, looking at Liu Lei's appearance. It was so funny. And Lin Fei, at this time, smiled bitterly and shook his head. Turning around, Lin Fei opened the lid of the pot and prepared to stir it. Simply exclaimed, it smells so good. Oh, you. Muge didn't hesitate and quickly came to checkpoint. The same was true for the others. When smelled the fragrance and looked at the food, their mouths were already watering. Zhang Hang even said, Brother Lin, how everyone about? Let's eat now. Now. Don't be impatient, Lin Fei smiled. 4. A good dish. The most important thing is not its ingredients, but the right cooking time. If it's too much or too little, it will affect its taste. We just need to wait quietly, and, as he said that, Lin Fei looked at his watch. 5 minutes. Alas. Everyone sighed. These 5 minutes were really torture for them. After all, was already hungry, and smelling the strong aroma, couldn't hold back. But there was no way. The chef didn't let everyone eat here. What else could he do? So just like that, everyone fell into a difficult wait row act. Point, it was really to torture for them just now. Point, now we have to take a close-up shot. Isn't that even more tormenting? But still, 5 minutes passed quickly. Of course, only for Lin Fei and Lin Yao. For others, it can be said that this is completely torture. Gulp. Everyone came to the kitchen door and watched Lin Fei lift the lid of the pot. Point, in an instant, a more intense fragrance than before floated out. Wow. Everyone exclaimed in surprise, and they couldn't wait any longer, and soon, Lin Fei served all the food. Point, sweet and sour fish, boiled pork slices, meatball corn soup, a total of 3 dishes, plus the rice that Lin Fei had stewed before. Everyone quickly served them on the table. I'll go wash my hands first. As he spoke, Lin Fei turned and walked into the bathroom. Looking at the rest of the people, the food had already been served. Especially Zhang Hang, who picked up the chopsticks and was about to eat. But at this moment, Zhang Hang stopped. Wait for Brother Lin to come back. Yes, everyone nodded, but didn't say much. Point, after all, the meal was made by Lin Fei, so how could everyone eat before the chef came up? And Lin Fei came over half a minute later. Hey, why don't you eat? How can we not let the chef come up first to eat such a meal? Oh, you. Muge smiled. Point, when Lin Fei heard it, he immediately laughed. Hey, there's no need to be so polite. Come on, everyone, eat quickly. As he said that, Lin Fei started eating first. When the others saw it, they didn't dare to hesitate, and they started eating immediately. Wow. Instantly. Oh, you, Muge exclaimed, pointing at the boiled fish in front of him with his eyes wide open. This is too fragrant, isn't it? How is this smooth and fragrant taste made? Zhang Hang also agreed. Yeah, and this fish, isn't it so tender? Crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. The sweet and sour taste instantly exploded in my mouth. It's so delicious. Tang Xiaochu didn't want to say anything at this time, eating the rice and vegetables one bite at a time. On the contrary, Lin Fei and Lin Yao were very calm at this time, eating silently. Lin Fei has long been accustomed to this kind of shock. And, I guess Liu Lei outside also has this expression, right? Just when the food came out of the pot, Lin Fei served some to Lei alone. When Liu saw Lei alone it, he swallowed his saliva and spoke righteously. Well, let me try how delicious the food is. No, is there anything wrong with it? When he thought of this, Lin Fei wanted to laugh. There was no way, his food was really delicious. He was so confident. And soon, in just over 10 minutes, the food in front of him was cleared away. Everyone was hungry, and Lin Fei's food was really delicious. Burp. Zhang Hang was lying on the sofa at this time, not caring about his image, and he burped directly. And Lin Fei was about to get up at this time. Have you finished eating? Then I'll go wash the dishes. Hey. Let's go. When Tang Xiaochu heard this, he quickly resisted the urge to stand up. Yes, let's go. Brother Lin has worked so hard, how could he be asked to wash the dishes? Zhang Hang and Oyu Muge also stood up in a hurry and started to get busy. Seeing this, Lin Fei smiled and didn't say much. Then, I'll go and rest first. Go ahead. So, Lin Fei took Lin Jana to the 2 rooms arranged by the program team. After coaxing Lin Jana to sleep, Lin Fei went back to his room and fell asleep. Knock. The next day, Lin Fei was awakened by a knock on the door. He looked at the time, and it was already 7 o'clock on the video. I can see the blurred person sitting in the back of the white car last night. Look, as he said, Xiao Bei handed over the phone. Chapter 166. Buying groceries. The young accountant takes office. At first, Lin Fei was still confused when he heard what Xiao Bei said. He was very curious as to who that person was. After all, yesterday, Lin Fei was harassed by such an illegitimate person, which had some impact on him. For himself, he didn't care much, but he couldn't stand his daughter was after all. He now has an idea, that is, someone should be instigating this matter behind the scenes. As for who it is, looking at the phone, a screen appeared. That's exactly what the camera captured. On top of the screen is the silver white car we saw yesterday. The entire picture was very dark, and while the video was playing, a figure behind the car suddenly appeared. This picture is very unclear, but Lin Fei could still clearly see the outline of this man's face. This is Li Dong. Lin Fei was very surprised. This appearance of Li Dong was quite profound in Lin Fei's memory. Therefore, when Lin Fei saw it now, he immediately reacted. Isn't this person Li Dong? But why is he here? Lin Fei had strong doubts. He knew very well that he and Li Dong had great conflicts. However, Lin Fei was passive. All of this is basically because of Li Dong's own jealousy. Lin Fei originally thought that after his last career ended as a singer, Li Dong would just fall silent. But I didn't expect that Li Dong would appear again at this time. How did he know we were here? After a long time, Lin Fei asked a question. This is the only problem for Lin Fei. As long as this problem is figured out, everything will come to light by then. Have no idea. Xiaoba shook his head. We are here. There must be someone behind him. But if you don't know, thought for a moment, let's leave this matter alone for now. Fortunately, we know that Li Dong is paying attention to me now. I think we should pay more attention in the future. After all, he is in the dark. Okay, I will also pay more attention here. If this kid makes any moves, we can prepare in advance. Lin Fei nodded. Xiaoba left and started to wash up. At 8 o'clock in the morning, Lin Fei had already prepared a simple breakfast. The fragrance overflowed, and several people living in the villa were awakened by the fragrance. Wow, is it so exciting so early in the morning? This is so delicious. Muj walked over wearing casual clothes. Seeing that Lin Fei and Lin Jiao were already eating slowly, she didn't dare to hesitate, so she quickly came closer and started eating. Wow, delicious. Downstairs, everyone was still a little dazed at first, but as soon as they ate the food, everyone became energetic instantly. Soon, I was full and full. Seeing resting at this time, Tang Xiaochu smiled. Everyone, we have a task today, which is to go shopping. I think we should decide on tomorrow's meals first. Then, we'll make a set meal. We will coordinate whatever set meal everyone has ordered. Just let Xiao Fei order the set meal. How about it? After hearing Muj's words, nodded. Everyone had already admired Lin Fei's cooking skills, and Zhang Hang, as the chef in the first 2 seasons, was also in awe of him. After listening to everyone's words, Lin Fei thought for a long time and finally spoke. Well, let's just have a few simple dishes. I think. Just a set meal, 2 dishes and 1 soup, tomato and egg soup, sweet and sour pork loin, and fish flavored eggplant. What do you think? Good. After listening to Lin Fei's words, everyone nodded in agreement without hesitation. That's it for tomorrow's dishes. We'll prepare the ingredients later. Muj nodded. At that time, it will be Xiao Fei and Zhang Hang in the kitchen. We will definitely have to get used to it on the first day. We will prepare the set menu first. After that, we will open the menu and let everyone choose freely. Hearing this, everyone agreed. And everyone just like that. Everyone packed up and drove to the nearest vegetable market. When we came to the vegetable market, it was very crowded and lively. Jia, you're going to help us calculate money later. Let me see how your math is doing. Yeah, heard this. She nodded naturally. Okay, then, I'll be the little accountant. Ahaha. Seeing Lin Yao's cute look with her hands behind her back, smiled knowingly. At first, just thought Lin Yao was joking, but then changed their mind about her. This little girl, is she too smart? Zhang Hang. Everyone praised Lin Yao. When Lin Fei heard this, he laughed immediately. Lin Yao had been cared for by Lin Fei since she was a child, and she was extremely talented in learning. Everyone came to a stall. The owner here happened to be a dragon. After coming here, everyone saved a lot of trouble in talking. Looking at the eggplants on the stall, Zhang Hang asked, "Boss, how much is this eggplant per pound?" Give us 20 pounds. Okay. 1 pound is 3.7 yuan. The boss quickly started to weigh it. Lin Fei looked at the cucumbers on the side. Boss, give me another 8 pounds of cucumbers. It's 2.3 yuan. Do you want anything else? Yes. Onions, ginger, garlic, and some side dishes. Lin Fei picked them bit by bit, and the boss weighed them skillfully. Soon, some side dishes were picked, and Lin Yan spoke. Dad, the total is 215.60 yuan. Ha. Lin Fei laughed when he heard it. But when others heard it, they were surprised. Chapter 167, Zhuang Fei-039, S breaking news. Tang Xiaochu squatted down and looked at Lin Jia in surprise. Yes. When Lin Jia heard this, she pouted and twiddled her fingers. Eggplant is 74 yuan, cucumber is 18 yuan 4, onion is 20 yuan 4, ginger is 10 yuan 8, garlic is 15 yuan 6, coriander is 9 yuan 6, tomatoes and eggs are 33 yuan, and there are various seasonings, and it's 33 yuan and 8 yuan in total. I calculated it again in my mind, and finally got the same result, 215 yuan and 6 cents. Hiss. When heard Lin Fei's words, they were suddenly surprised. Because just now, when Lin Jia was doing calculations, the stall owner was also doing calculations with a calculator. After Lin Jia's results were revealed, the calculation results also appeared one after another. That's 215.6. Isn't this a child? What kind of computing power is this? How did she do it? Everyone was already extremely surprised, looking at Lin Jia and then at Lin Fei. Yu Muji's eyes were filled with surprise. Lin Fei smiled. This is my precious daughter. This father's face is so bright. So, Lin Fei smiled. Jia has a very high IQ. She has been learning knowledge since she can remember. To be honest, I'm also surprised by her learning ability. Everyone was surprised when they heard it. Little genius. Isn't such a little girl too awesome? Everyone felt a little surprised. They didn't expect Lin Jia to be so smart. This level makes everyone envious. Could it be that? Is this someone else's child? Others are really too strong. My dear, this little girl is really amazing. The stall owner was also surprised and looked at Lin Jia in wonder. Boss, Lin Jia spoke. Boss, if I'm so good, how about these dishes and ingredients cost 200 yuan? Haha. When everyone heard this, they laughed one after another. This little girl is bargaining at this time. And he cut it so blatantly. Do you want it to be so cute? Haha. Good. The stall owner burst out laughing when he heard Lin Jia's words exorbitant price. It's so flattering. Looking at Lin Jia again, she was looking at Yu Muji on the side. Aunt Yu, I'm so awesome. I cut you 15 yuan. Please pay me quickly. Haha. Good. Muj laughed repeatedly, then took out 200 yuan from his wallet and paid it. The startup capital provided by the program team this time is 5,000 yuan. As long as you can survive these 21 days, it will be a success. Boss, thank you. Muj handed over the money. The boss took it with a smile. Hi. What's the big deal? The little girl is so cute. Please come here often. Good. Everyone carried various dishes, put them on the car, and then walked in again. Arriving at the meat stall, Zhang Hang spoke first. Boss, how much is the tenderloin? What are you saying? As a result, the boss choked on his words and no one could speak anymore. This boss is a local and belongs to Sicily Island, which is located in Italy. What the boss said was in Italian. Everyone wanted to understand it, but it was really difficult. Muj also quickly realized the main problem. There was a problem with communication between everyone. Looking at the boss, Muj asked, Boss, can you speak eagle language? No. The boss shook his head. He turned around and looked at the assistant director not far behind him. Zhao Li, do we have a translator? Yes, but you still have to communicate on your own. After all, our program is a bit difficult. You want to piss me off to death. Muj rolled her eyes. Can't you find a translator? In this case, how can we communicate with him? Result, let me do it. Lin Fei smiled and stepped forward. Looking at the stall owner, Lin Fei asked with a smile, Boss, how much does a kilogram of tenderloin cost here? Everyone was surprised. They looked at Lin Fei in disbelief. Listening to Lin Fei's authentic language, didn't know what to say. The boss smiled. 35. Okay, then I want this piece. With that said, Lin Fei picked up a large piece and handed it to the boss. Smile. Oh you. Much, who was a little confused throughout the whole process, took out his wallet and paid. After taking the meat, everyone returned to the car and prepared to return. In the car, Muj looked at Lin Fei as if he wanted to see through Lin Fei. This confused Lin Fei. Looking at Muj, Lin Fei asked with a smile, sister. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm so panicked. Full of helplessness looking at Lin Fei, she asked, you, kid, how come you know Italian? And it sounds so pure. Have you been here before? No. Self-taught. He, self-taught. The people in the car were shocked. This is what I said, how easy it is. Is this thing so easy to learn? Everyone found that at this time, Lin Fei was somewhat unable to see through, cook, and is now proficient in Italian. What else can he not do? Everyone had a strong curiosity about Lin Fei. Lin Fei didn't have much explanation for this. Taking out his mobile phone, Lin Fei immediately started scrolling. Soon, he saw a hot search on Weibo. Everyone. Today, I, Lin Fei, announce a piece of news. From now on, I will accept singer Sheng Sichen at Sheng Sichen as my apprentice. Sheng Sichen, this little kid, is very talented and has his own unique understanding of singing. After communicating with him for a long time, I was deeply attracted by this child. So I decided to accept him as my close disciple from now on. From now on, all my resources will be used as the basis for his development. In the future, I hope that the music scene in Langao will develop better, and I also believe that Sheng Sichen will not let me down. Tonight at 6 o'clock, Sheng Sichen's new song will be released on all major music platforms, so stay tuned. Chapter 168, Is someone peeking? Seeing such a message, Lin Fei smiled softly. Lin Fei, what's wrong? What are you laughing at all of a sudden? Saw the future of Langao's music scene. Oh, really? As if she felt Lin Fei's strangeness, Muj stepped back slightly. Pursing her lips and laughing, she immediately picked up her phone. Maybe she also felt Lin Fei's embarrassment. But just now, she did that. It was really an intentional. Turning around, looking at the Weibo sent by Lin Fei on her phone. Muj reacted and smiled. It seems that this person is very strong. Otherwise, Sister Lin would not have accepted him as her last disciple. And, do you know him? Oh. Why do you think so? Lin Fei was surprised. Muj's guess made him feel a little surprised. Looking at Muj again, he smiled. Because you smiled. Okay, Lin Fei was stunned. This is really a strong reason. Yes, I know this person. He is my college classmate. Now he has made a comeback. I'm very curious about how this kid will develop in the future. Really? Then at 6 o'clock tonight, let's listen to how good this song is, and we will know. That's right. Lin Fei shrugged. I just exposed myself. At the same time, in Lin Fei's heart, there was a sense of relief at this time. Sheng Sichen finally took such a step song. Lin Fei already knew what he was thinking. He couldn't forget the song. He wanted to sing. Otherwise, Lin Fei wouldn't help him. In the final analysis, this was all about understanding between brothers. And now, Lin Fei was able to release such a heavy news for Sheng Sichen, which really surprised Lin Fei. All resources. That's not just a casual talk. It can be seen that Lin Fei's attitude towards him. But this is really good. At least, it proves Sheng Sichen's strength and attitude. Lin Fei has already liked him deeply. Thinking, Lin Fei put away his mobile phone. He was thinking, tonight, what kind of performance will Sheng Sichen bring him under the leadership of Lin Fei's team? He is looking forward to it. And soon, just like this, everyone came to the restaurant. This restaurant is on the main street. Walking out of the door, opposite is the golden beach and the sky blue sea, which looks extremely beautiful. Suddenly, a cool sea breeze blew, and Lin Fei's eyes narrowed slightly. This is simply enjoyable. Everyone, let's clean up the restaurant first, and prepare for tomorrow's business. And brother Lin, if you have anything you can prepare in advance tomorrow, why don't you get it out first? Okay. Hearing Tang Xiaochu's words, Lin Fei nodded and turned to walk into the kitchen. I'll help put the stools. Looking at Lin Yao again, seeing everyone like this, she also shouted twice and prepared to join the labor loop. This little girl is really sensible, and look at my naughty child. In the kitchen, Zhang Hang looked at Lin Yao's sensible appearance and couldn't help but admire her. Lin Fei listened and smiled. Yes, Yao has been very well behaved since she was a child, but hey, I won't say anything more. Lin Fei was originally going to say that Yao was like her mother, but after thinking about it, he didn't say anything else. Listening to this, Zhang Hang was full of doubts. He wanted to ask something, but stopped talking. Our restaurant is getting more luxurious every year. Zhang Hang was cleaning the stove and said with emotion. Thinking back to the time, I only had 2 or 3 stoves, and I couldn't help but be busy, and the temperature. Turning his head to look at the air conditioner next to him, Zhang Hang felt envious. But it's okay, brother Lin, you are here, and I believe in your ability. When the time comes, I will be at ease to help in the kitchen. Haha, I'm afraid I still have to be busy. Lin Fei smiled and cleaned up. He came to the chopping board, picked up the kitchen knife, washed the cucumber, and started to do it. He planned to make a simple pickled cucumber slices, which would be enough for a week. Come on, everyone. I'll make a mixed juice first. When customers come tomorrow, it will be free. This Muje just likes to give customers juice. It has been like this since last year. Listening to this, Lin Fei smiled. Anyway, we are not here for profit, but to promote Dragon Country cuisine, right? That's right. Zhang Hang smiled and didn't say anything else. And just like that, everyone was busy in an orderly manner. In the kitchen here, there is a big window in front, and there is a curtain on it. At this time, Lin Fei opened the curtain and could naturally see the entire restaurant and the gorgeous scene outside the door. Such a picture is really a beautiful scene. For a moment, Lin Fei suddenly felt in his heart that, in fact, such a life is also good. Being able to work in such a wonderful scene every day is a kind of in itself point, especially. Lin Fei suddenly frowned. What's wrong? Zhang Hang beside him was washing various tableaux and preparing to put them in the disinfection cabinet. Hearing Lin Fei's words, Zhang Hang became puzzled. Lin Fei listened and muttered to himself, someone is peeking. As he said, Lin Fei slowly put down the kitchen knife and looked outside. Someone is peeking? Where? Zhang Hang leaned over and looked outside in the same way. Someone. Coincidentally, Tang Xiaochu was busy in the kitchen. Hearing Lin Fei's words, he also looked outside. Is it next to that stone? Zhang Hang asked beside Lin Fei. Lin Fei listened and nodded silently. That's right. Where Lin Fei's eyes were, there was a man. Outside the restaurant. It was really a beach point, and on the beach, just opposite the restaurant door, there was a big stone, which was very smooth, after being baptized by wind, sun, and rain. But at this time, a man was standing behind the stone, looking over and looking at the restaurant. Chapter 169, Song Popularity. For a moment, all 3 of them noticed the man's appearance. I saw that the man at this time was wearing a mask and a very wide hat, completely hiding his face. Lin Fei was far away and couldn't see the man's eyes, but he could still feel that the man was looking this way. What does this person do? Tang Xiaochu asked, the doubts in his heart. Have no idea. Lin Fei shook his head. But I always feel that this person is not that simple. He should have a purpose. For some reason, Lin Fei always felt that this man was not that simple. But just how extraordinary it was, Lin Fei couldn't guess. Hey, what are you doing? Soon, Muj also noticed something strange about the 3 of them and couldn't help asking, there's someone outside looking in. Tang Xiaochu said subconsciously. Muj was a very enthusiastic person. When he heard this, he immediately looked outside. Soon, she saw the man appearing outside. What does this person do? With that said, Muj walked outside. Hey, behind The three of them looked like they wanted to stop him, but they didn't. I saw that Oyumuge walked out at this time, came to the door, and saw that the man actually spoke. Hey. Hello. Do you want to come for dinner? I'm really sorry, we are not open today. If you want to come, please come over at noon tomorrow. After just saying this, Oyumuge became confused. I saw that the man at this time, after hearing Oyumuge's words, suddenly turned around and left. At this time, everyone could see the man's figure clearly. Men are the very skinny type. When the man heard these words, he moved his steps and left here quickly. Hey. Seeing the man leave without looking back, Oyumuge turned around with a look of confusion on his face. Who is this? Seeing such a situation, they smiled helplessly. This man is so weird. Yes, Oyumuge said in agreement. Okay, everyone, let's continue working. Let's not eat lunch. When we are done, we'll go home and have hot pot. I'll treat you. Great. In an instant, everyone began to continue their work. However, Lin Fei frowned slightly. Because to him, that person always feels very familiar to him, but for a while, I couldn't remember it. Lin Fei always felt that he had seen that figure before somewhere. And just now, although Lin Fei didn't see the man's eyes clearly, he always felt as if the man was looking at him. This feeling made Lin Fei feel very strong. Who is this person? At this time, Lin Fei felt that things were not that simple. I'm really tired today. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, everyone finally packed up everything. The entire restaurant is not big, but it is enough to accommodate about 30 people dining at the same time. With his hands on his hips, Oyumuge drank the mixed juice he mixed and smiled while looking at the neat restaurant in front of him. How about it? This is where we will fight for the next 21 days. But I'm thinking. Turning her head, she looked at Lin Fei. Lin Fei, how many customers do you want tomorrow? We'll see if we can control it according to your requirements. Don't overwhelm your work by then. If you don't tell me you're tired, the guests won't be able to wait. It doesn't matter, as long as it's full. Lin Fei shrugged. It's actually no problem for me. It can be easy even if it's full. Real or fake? Zhang Heo asked with some disbelief. You must know that in the previous 2 seasons of recording, there were only a dozen people in the entire restaurant at that time. That was already making Zhang Hang very busy. And now, Lin Fei actually said that the quota would be filled immediately. Is this a little too confident? Seeing everyone looking like this, Lin Fei smiled. Don't worry, I know what's going on. Okay. Then according to what Lin Fei said, let's test it out on the first day. As he said that, Oyumuge looked at the time. It was already past 3 o'clock and spoke hurriedly. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Let's go back and eat hot pot. But everyone laughed. There is probably nothing more enjoyable than a delicious meal after work. Oh, my daughter, look at your little face. Lin Fei smiled and picked up Linjana, only to see grey marks on her face. Lin Fei smiled when he saw this. This little girl works too hard. Dad, I'm awesome, right? Awesome. Haha, let's go back. The ingredients for the hot pot were ready. Everyone washed up and sat around. Soon, an assistant director came in and told that the restaurant life will be live streamed from tomorrow. Of course, it is limited to live streaming in the restaurant. As for everyone's accommodation, the director still wants to give a resting environment. After all, running this restaurant, everyone is very tired from running around every day, and they have to live stream when they come back, which may explode at them. In fact, for them, live streaming itself is not a difficult task, which is a trend in the development of variety shows in the future. Especially for this kind of documentary program, it is more suitable. And just like this, ate and laughed, not to mention how happy they were. Time always passes quickly. While eating, Oyumuge suddenly thought of something. Oh, I forgot. Lin Fei, is your friend's new song released now? Yes. Lin Fei looked at the time. It was already 7 o'clock. Lin Fei quickly opened Qmao and saw that a new real-time ranking of popularity index appeared on the software. This is based on the completion rate of songs listened to online and various data. He clicked it curiously and smiled when he saw the top songs in the popularity index. This ranking is very authoritative, which means the new style of music is popular. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 170. Are you here to cause trouble before the opening? Soon, everyone except Lin Fei also discovered such changes. Damn it. Brother Lin, you are awesome. Zhang Hang also curiously opened the entire list. Zhang Hang was very surprised when he saw the list inside. Lin Fei smiled sheepishly after hearing this. I saw that the top 4 songs on the list are really interesting. A word point 4th place, heartbreaking. Ha. My little friend can do it, Lin Fei smiled point yes, the heart-wrenching feeling of 4th place is really Sheng Sichen's. Looking at this, Lin Fei smiled. How about we listen? Okay. After listening to everyone's words, Lin Fei clicked play directly point. However, when the thunderstorm sound effects came out, a sad mood spread instantly. I love you so much that it breaks my heart. Every line of lyrics was sung by Sheng Sichen's unique hoarse voice, and everyone put down their bowls and chopsticks. It was even said that there was a trace of tears in Almuge's eyes. Finally, after the song was sung, no one came out of it for a long time. The mood of this song is very good. Finally, Lin Fei, who was relatively professional, made an evaluation. He made a very fair assessment. The artistic conception of this song is very good, and Sheng Sichen also put his body and mind into it. Of course, even though this is a sad love song, it expresses the emotion towards the lover. However, Lin Fei felt that Sheng Sichen was probably recalling his past. After all, that former honor was his lover. But now, he has completely let go. In the past, he just remembered it. Lin Fei believes that Sheng Sichen will definitely develop greatly in the future. It seems that the song is good, and it is not unreasonable. After a long time, Tang Xiaochu spoke. Come on, let's eat. I think I'm going to fall asleep listening to this song tonight. It sounds great. Haha, even if you fall asleep and cry. Everyone laughed and continued eating. At 10 o'clock in the evening, after packing everything, Lin Fei found Sheng Sichen's weeks in and sent a message directly. The song is very good. In the future, we 3 brothers will work hard and move forward. After sending it, Lin Fei fell into sleep. Everyone, wake up. Early in the morning, downstairs of the villa, Tang Xiaochu was standing here shouting. After shouting 4 or 5 times, he saw Lin Fei peeking his head from the stairs. At this time, Lin Fei had his eyes slightly open and his hair was extremely messy. My brother, why don't you go so early? It's only 5 o'clock. After looking at his watch, Lin Fei felt helpless. What is Tang Xiaochu doing? Did you wake everyone up at 5 o'clock in the morning? Do you want to do this? I said, Brother Lin, the restaurant is opening today. We will have a live broadcast of the entire restaurant later. We have to go over and prepare. How can you be late on the first day? Then it won't be so early. Lin Fei was helpless, rubbed his eyes, and finally woke up slowly. Let them sleep for a while. I'll wash my face first and then make breakfast. Fine. Tang Xiaochu looked at the time and spoke hurriedly. Then hurry up. No. I'm urging you to die. Lin Fei curled his lips and then returned to the room to tidy up. This Tang Xiaochu was really like urging him to die, which made Lin Fei very helpless. 10 minutes later, Lin Fei finished washing up, put on clean casual clothes, and walked out. Brother Chu, it's really too early for you. Why bother? Impression, I've convinced you. Lin Fei curled his lips and came to the kitchen, still mumbling, you're just torturing me. You, the store manager, are bullying people. Haha, I'm wrong. Why don't you do it quickly? I'm already hungry. Cut. Lin Fei pouted. Who knows if Tang Xiaochu really wants to go to the restaurant early or if he wants to have his breakfast early. But soon, Lin Fei made breakfast. The other people in the villa, smelling the fragrance at this time, also walked down in a daze. Everyone, come and eat. Let's go to the restaurant as soon as we're done. Boss, why don't you do it so early? Then, Zhang Hang looked at his watch helplessly and said bitterly, it's only 6:30. I'm The store manager, listen to me. At this time, Tang Xiaochu used his identity as store manager to speak out. We go to the store early so that customers can see our diligence, which can increase customer flow. His nonsense. Almuch curled her lips and counterattacked without any politeness and did not stop eating. Seeing everyone quarreling, Lin Fei smiled helplessly. These people like to quarrel too much. But this is quite good. At the very least, he can reflect atmosphere. It is enough to see how good the relationship between everyone is. Soon, everyone finished their meal, tidied up, and went out at around 8 o'clock broadcast. Everyone, how are you preparing? We have already carried out a very comprehensive publicity. Director Liu Lei came to the restaurant and looked at, when to live broadcast depends on you. The same sentence, live broadcast is not like recorded broadcast. Example, seeing Liu Lei leave, Oyumuge looked at everyone and clapped his hands. Everyone, starting today, we will work hard. Our restaurant, the third season. Start shooting. Everyone shouted in unison, and the camera started immediately, and pictures were transmitted in real time. Knock, knock, knock. Just as everyone was about to greet the audience, everyone heard a knock on the door. Guests are coming. Everyone turned their heads curiously, but soon frowned. At the door, there were two burly men who looked fierce and ferocious. Knock, knock. Open the door. The voice was extremely fierce. Looking for trouble? Chapter 171. Provocation. Open the door. At this time, several people heard the shouting of the man outside and frowned immediately. What are these people doing? This is the only doubters at this time. They're here to eat. At this time, Oyumuge still had a little luck in his heart. Impossible. Lin Fei curled his lips at this time. They are obviously here to cause trouble. They look big and strong, and they are fierce and evil. Then, Oyumuge has naturally seen the appearance of these people. At this time, he saw such a situation and frowned. What should we do? We can't let them in, right? This is not the case. No way. Let them in. Tang Xiaochu frowned and spoke. When the enemy comes, the general will stop it, and when the water comes, the earth will cover it. I'm very curious, what are they here for? Okay, then I'll open the door. Oyumuge nodded after hearing this, and walked towards the door at the same time. In the live broadcast room of the restaurant, various conversations have appeared at this time. Wow. Season 3, you're finally here. What a great lineup this season. Oh my god, there are actually Lin Fei and little sister Ya. Oh my god, when I watched the promotional video yesterday, I didn't believe these two people would come, but I didn't expect them to actually come. Hey, look, what's going on at the door? How come there are customers now? This show is really well known, and there are customers coming so soon. No, why do these two people at the door look a bit aggressive? How come they look like they're here to cause trouble? No way. They're here to cause trouble right after the opening. Such an emergency was naturally noticed by the audience. The aggressive look of these two people is really confusing. And the sound of everyone's conversation was also heard by the audience. And Oyumuge finally came to the door at this time. Opening the door, looking at the two people in front of him, Oyumuge smiled and spoke. Hello, what can I do for you? Are you here for dinner? We just opened and are not ready yet. You may have to wait for dinner. Who the hell is coming here for dinner? The man on the left looked a little more mature, and he was rude to Oyumuge. Oyumuge was not a good-tempered person, and he would naturally be angry when he was said that. Looking at the man in front of him, Oyumuge spoke. Sir, I think you'd better watch your words. We are broadcasting live from today, and your words and deeds will be seen by the audience. Obviously, these two people didn't expect that there would be a live broadcast here. Looking around at this time, yes, there are so many cameras everywhere. The two of them became embarrassed. What the hell are these two people doing here? They are here to pick a fight, right? Damn. There are people who are here to pick a fight during a live broadcast. Do you really think our audience doesn't exist? Who are these two? I want all their information. Naturally, no one knows what was said in the barrage point, and Oyumuch could naturally see the embarrassment of the two at this time point, so they came without preparation. Heh. Suddenly, Oyumuch laughed. You too. If you come to eat, we welcome you. If you come to pick a fight, I'm sorry, we won't accept it. The two of them hesitated. After listening point looking at each other, they nodded secretly. The older man spoke. We are here to pick a fight. We are the owners of a nearby restaurant. Do you know how much our business has been affected by your opening a restaurant here? Such words surprised everyone. The man continued. Today, I came here not for anything else, but to test your cooking skills. If you don't cook well, and then the reputation of this street is ruined, what should we do? Oh, that's what you mean. Muj asked back. What else? The man looked sarcastic, with his arms folded, full of distrust of the cooking skills here. I say, can't you stars sing and act well? Why do you have to do these useless things? You are for fame, and we are for life. It is because of you that no one knows about our real good restaurant, and because of you, everyone is disappointed in us. Who will bear the consequences of all this, then? Tang Xiaochu pondered for a while, and then spoke. What if what we cook is really delicious? Really delicious? The older man laughed when he heard it. Do you think we are fools? Do you have the cooking skills? Let me tell you this, my brother and I are both cooks, and no one knows the quality of food better than us. It is a provocation for something else. Lin Fei may have to think about it, but this is a competition of cooking skills. Will Lin Fei be afraid? Oh, it seems that you are very confident. Well, let us brothers taste your cooking skills today. But the two walked in. At this time, saw that there was a bag hanging on the back of the two. When everyone came to the dining table, they patted it up. As for the ingredients, we prepared them ourselves. Oh. Lin Fei suddenly laughed. This is well prepared. We're already laughing heartily. Haha, I really laughed. What are they doing here? Are they challenging our Lin Fei's cooking skills? Oh my god, who doesn't know Lin Fei's cooking skills? Didn't these two know about it in advance? I laughed so hard. I thought they were here to smash the store, but they came to taste the food. It's really interesting. I'm curious, what kind of food are in these two people's bags? Yes. Open it quickly. Anyway, this is the first live show of Lin Fei's cooking skills. Hey, what you said above is right. Before in the beautiful countryside, Lin Fei didn't live broadcast his cooking under the camera. Now, he is really cooking live. I'm so curious about Lin Fei's cooking skills. It didn't show much in the promotional video yesterday. Are we finally going to watch the whole process today? Chapter 172. Are you? The two men sat down without any hesitation. Looking at the four people and a little girl in front of him, the young man spoke. I say, today, we will use the ingredients we brought to cook. You can cook whatever you want. As long as we two brothers feel that it tastes good, then today's matter will be over. Really? What if it doesn't taste good? Lin Fei walked forward, while talking and laughing. Opening the black bag in front of him, Lin Fei looked at it and suddenly laughed. This dish is quite interesting. Top grade yellow beef brisket, potatoes, and a radish. Looking at the ingredients inside, Lin Fei laughed. He didn't expect these people to come up with such ingredients. And the older man smiled at this time. Okay, brother. Lin. Hearing Lin Fei's agreement, Zhang Hang on the side reacted immediately. Zhang Hang came to Lin Fei quickly and whispered, Brother Lin, you can't do that. They are obviously well prepared. No matter whether it tastes good or not, they will definitely say it's not delicious. Really? They are too heartless, right? Lin Fei turned around with a smile and looked at the man in front of him and said, okay, then I agree. How about coming to the scene in person? Of course. Each other and sneered. This Lin Fei is so arrogant. So, Lin Fei picked up the ingredients and walked to the kitchen, and the two men followed closely. Looking at Tang Xiaochu and the other two, they were a little surprised when they saw this situation. They didn't expect that Lin Fei would agree. This is obviously to find fault. Moreover, after the live broadcast, when the audience witnessed it, good or bad, they said it was not delicious. How can Lin Fei justify himself, as expected? Why? Did Lin Fei agree to it? Yes, they are obviously here to cause trouble. Lin Fei, you are so reckless. Although we have been watching, and know what is going on, we can't resist their malicious propaganda. Malicious propaganda? That's right. At this time, in a homestay on Zixili Island, two men were sitting on the sofa, looking at the computer projection in front of them. On it, there was a live broadcast of a restaurant. On the left, the man looked a little old, drinking red wine in a glass, looking very comfortable. Xiao Wang, your trick is great. Let these two people find trouble, but I didn't expect that they would adopt the live broadcast method now. But this is just right. Our materials are easy to find. Haha, what Boss Lee said is that they are all our common enemies. This Lin Fei will naturally find ways to frame him. And Boss Lee, did you see that just now? Lin Fei agreed. At that time, if these two people say that it is not delicious, we will directly go to the internet to magnify it. Then Lin Fei will definitely be in a dilemma. Haha. That's right. The man called Boss Lee laughed. Xiao Wang's plan is really good. At that time, if this restaurant is really closed, it will be Lin Fei's problem. After all, it was Lin Fei who promised this alone, and if it continues to operate, we will continue to magnify such things. At that time, Lin Fei will inevitably bear the reputation of not keeping his word. That's right. That's it. After hearing this, Xiao Wang smiled just like that. The two of them talked and laughed while looking at the projection in front of them. However, what they saw next made them furious instantly. Boy, if I understand correctly, you should be a singer and actor, right? Can you cook? Don't make fun of me. Who said that actors and singers can't cook? Do you believe me when I said I can fly a plane? Haha. Don't make fun of me. A man laughed also said I can fly. Glancing at the cameras above the kitchen, the man stopped talking. Live broadcast. Can't drive blindly. Lin Fei, we too won't make it difficult for you. In 1 hour, you just need to make it not so unpalatable. How can that be? We have to have some strength. As he said, Lin Fei picked up the ingredients and started to process them. The two people behind him leaned against the wall at this time. Looking at Lin Fei, the two of them had a good impression of Lin Fei. Let alone anything else. Lin Fei's mentality now made the two of them admire him a little. Thinking about it, the older man spoke. Lin Fei, I hope you can have this ability. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Yang Kaiang, and this is my brother, Yang Kang. Lin Fei. Fei moved. Peel the potatoes and wash the beef brisket. Cut the beef brisket into pieces and roll the potatoes. It is a very simple processing procedure. What? I say, you are not such a knife worker, are you? Yang Kaiang couldn't help laughing when he saw Lin Fei's slow and methodical processing. And Lin Fei sneered and said nothing. Looking at the barrage, there was also a heated discussion at this time. Haha. It's really so interesting. This is the first time someone has challenged Lin Fei's cooking skills. I say, why doesn't anyone challenge Lin Fei's songs and acting skills? The upstairs, aren't you bullying people? Lin Fei's acting and singing skills, do they have the strength to compare? But Lin Fei's slow and methodical appearance now is really helpless. Hurry up and slap him in the face. As if he felt the shouting and the barrage, Lin Fei smiled. Turning on the stove, Lin Fei stewed the beef and then put his eyes on the chopping board in front of him again. What? This is not going to work. Yang Kang's voice rang out. If you don't know how to do it, just admit defeat. Oh, that's not the case. I'm just thinking about how to convince you. Lin Fei said calmly. Haha. Are you? Yang Kang was about to shout when he heard this. Did he just say that Lin Fei was joking? As a result, at this moment, Lin Fei moved. I saw that Lin Fei picked up a macro carving knife on the knife rack in front of him. Swish, swish, swish. Lin Fei's hand speed was extremely fast, and he began to carve the radish in front of him quickly. Chapter 173. Are you giving in now? Don't. The two of them saw Lin Fei's extremely serious actions at this time, and were immediately surprised and speechless. I saw that at this time, Lin Fei's hands were already like a steady machine, and every movement was carved on the carrot in his hand with incomparable precision. This is a carving? After a long time, Yang Kaiang finally spoke. See, if Lin Fei was carving. But when I think about it, if it goes up, wouldn't it be a sign of weakness? So, the two of them just looked at Lin Fei from this position. Wow. Looking outside the kitchen window, Tang Xiaochu and the others clearly saw Lin Fei's movements. Especially Zhang Hang, who couldn't help but say, I'm going to come out at this time. Several people were surprised by Lin Fei's knife skills. What an elegant technique this is, my dear, this is like carving a piece of art. What exactly is Lin Fei trying to carve? Is this technique too fast? Are you really not afraid of your hand slipping? You know, this carrot is only one. What did carrot do wrong to face such a huge risk? Likewise, the barrage was already boiling. There are 4 cameras in the 4 corners of the entire kitchen, and there is also a close-up camera embedded in the window. At this time, everyone could see Lin Fei's hand movements very clearly. Obviously, no one thought that Lin Fei would have such cooking skills. Now, everyone has only one idea. Everyone seemed to know very little about Lin Fei before. This Lin Fei has never shown his talent as a food eagle before. Now, is even more curious. What exactly is Lin Fei trying to carve? For a moment, everyone stopped talking, and everyone focused on Lin Fei's hand. What kind of results will this carrot show in the future? Idea point, especially the Yang Kaiang brothers. There was a vague premonition at this time point they always feel. This Lin Fei, not simple. Swish, swish, swish. At this time, Lin Fei's eyes were like torches, and his gaze was scorching. Correct. All. Let's not talk about whether Lin Fei's cooking is delicious or not, but with this carving ability, Tang Xiaochu doesn't need to worry about anything. Unless the other 2 people really want to make judgments without conscience. That's right. 5 minutes have passed at this time, and Lin Fei's sculpture has taken a preliminary shape. Looking behind them, the Yang Kaiang brothers looked at each other after hearing this. The 2 saw the meaning in each other's eyes and shook their heads. Yang Kaiang, no, we won't leave, we have to watch. What if we say that you have changed the situation? Who knows if you did it yourself? Now, the 2 of them can be said to be riding a tiger. Fei, don't even bother to cheat on me when I'm cooking. As he spoke, Lin Fei bent slightly and handled the last process in front of him very seriously. 3 minutes later, when the audience in the live broadcast room saw the radish carved by Lin Fei appear, they were already exclaimed, holy crap. Is this a carrot? Everyone, can anyone prove that this is a carrot? Able to afford a carrot for a few dollars? How the hell did you do this? Hiss, do you want it to be so cool? Opposite, Lin Fei, Tang Xiaochu and others who were watching were also stunned. Lin Jia, at this time, moved her chair and stood directly on it to watch. Wow. Dad, this looks great. I want it. You want everything. Lin Fei smiled helplessly. This is for a guest. Can Dad carve another one for you when he goes back tonight? But Lin Fei smiled. Fulfilling his daughter's wishes is what a father should do. After carefully carving out a flame-like base, Lin Fei took the dinner plate aside and immediately placed it on top. Immediately, Lin Fei turned around and began to inspect the beef in the pot beside him. At this point, the beef is already half rare. Lin Fei cooked it in cold water, so it didn't cook that quickly. But at this moment, Yang Kaiang and the 2 people were behind them stunned. The 2 of them were speechless. Swish, picked up the colander beside him. Lin Fei fished out the beef, and while squeezing out the water, Lin Fei heard Yang Kaiang's voice. Lin Fei, why don't you just stop cooking? Oh, Lin Fei stopped and suddenly laughed. You too? Are you giving in now? No, you haven't eaten yet, and you're giving in now. It's not like the momentum you had when you just came. Yang Kang was still quick to react. We were thinking that the guests would be coming soon, so we didn't want to delay your cooking. No delay, no delay. Let's complete this bet first. At this time, Lin Fei could no longer hide the smile on his face. These 2 people really changed their faces so quickly. At the beginning, they were so arrogant, but now, I finally wanted to show my strength. After all, there were so many viewers watching. This is my first show. What if I don't finish the show? How is it possible? Ignoring the embarrassed faces of the two people behind him, Lin Fei finally drained the water from the beef. Dang dang dang. With his hands moving quickly, he chopped the green onions. Puff, heated the oil, quickly poured in the potatoes and beef, and instantly a fragrance came out. Wow. What are you doing? It smells so good. Just when Tang Xianachu and the others were enjoying watching, a voice rang out at the door. Huh. Everyone turned their heads in confusion, and Lin Fei also leaned over to take a look. Oh, everyone laughed. An acquaintance came, and she was a big beauty. Chapter 174. Guests arrive. The cute Yang Zixin. I saw a woman walking in at the door, still carrying a huge suitcase in her hand. When he came inside, he soon smelled the fragrant aroma. Hey, isn't this a feast specially prepared for me, because you knew I was coming? What are you thinking about? How did we know you were coming? Everyone is really very familiar with this woman. At this time, Oyumuch saw it and immediately smiled. The little cutie is here. Welcome. I saw the woman listening, putting down the suitcase in her hand, and then came closer. Sister Much, brother Xianachu, brother Hang, good morning. What is this? So fragrant. After saying hello one by one, the woman looked inside and saw Lin Fei busy. At this time, Lin Fei looked at the woman and smiled and nodded, but the movements of his hands did not stop at all. Wow. You must be Lin Fei. Today, I saw a living person. PFFT. Lin Fei couldn't help but laugh when he heard the woman's interesting opening remarks. There are rumors on the internet that you are lively and smart, and it is true. Hello, I'm Lin Fei. If my hands are oily, I won't shake your hand. Hey, it's okay. Hello, my name is Yang Zixin. Fans call me Little Monkey, but I like others to call me Little Cutie. Why do I still feel a little embarrassed when you praise me so much? Haha, okay, Little Cutie. Lin Fei laughed heartily. This Yang Zixin is just like the rumors on the internet. She is cute and has a lively personality. And she is also a rare talent among young actors. She has a sweet appearance, especially her big, blinking eyes, which make her look like a doll. And he became even more famous for his early film A Daughter at Home. It can be said that it is a child star's debut, and it is very popular work. As long as you work hard, there will be results. At this time, on the barrage, the audience's attention also changed the topic because of Yang Zixin's appearance. Let me go. The program team invited this little cutie here on the first day. This is so handsome. Little monkey. I'm going to call you Little Monkey. My dear, was this show so generous at the beginning? It's like a popular star. Oh. Why, I think Lin Fei and the little monkey are so good together. In the barrage, had different opinions, and everyone had something to say. Result, sister, you haven't said hello to me yet. Suddenly, a milky sound sounded. Hearing this, was stunned for a moment, her eyes looking at Lin Jana. Yang Zixin hugged her directly. Why didn't I say hello to you? Let me think about it. After pinching Lin Yao's little face, Yang Zixin enjoyed the tender feeling. Pouting her little mouth, Yang Zixin thought for a while and then spoke. I know. Your name is Lin Jana, right? Ah. Big sister, how do you know my name? Lin Yao was very surprised. Her big eyes looked so cute. Yang Zixin smiled and scratched Lin Yao's little nose, because I've seen you on the show Beautiful Village before, and I also know that our sister Jia is cute and smart. Really? It turns out I have so many advantages. Lin Yao suddenly felt happy. Wouldn't ya? I saw Lin Jia looking at Yang Zixin, coming up to her and kissing Yang Zixin's face. Oh. Haha. Yeah, you are so cute. Also kissed Lin Jia's face. For a moment, both of them laughed. Looking at the people around them, they couldn't help but smile when they saw such a scene. The kindness on their faces has not diminished at all. These two people are simply too close, right? They even said that they don't know why, but they always feel. Oh my god, isn't this too sweet? Darling, these two are so cute. One is a big one and the other is a little one. They are a perfect match. You. I don't know why. Why do I see the two of them slowly showing their auntie smiles? Oh my god, these two are so cute. They almost make my heart melt. Okay. This Lin Jia, isn't she too cute? I feel like she's almost overshadowing that Yang Zixin. Although Yang Zixin calls herself a cutie, now I think Lin Jia is more suitable. My dear, what kind of fairy father and daughter are they? I love them so much. Lin Fei, I want to marry you. No, I want to marry you. I really want to pamper this daughter every day. For a moment, everything was said in the barrage, and everyone was obviously deeply fascinated by Lin Yao's cuteness. Similarly, everyone in the restaurant felt the same way. These two people were so cute. Finally, Tang Xiaochu reacted. By the way, Zixin, go to your place and put your things there first. We'll talk about other things later, okay, Yang? Zixin nodded. And Lin Yao was laughing at this time. Big sister, I'll lead the way. As she said that, Lin Yao jumped out of Yang Zixin's arms, landed on the ground, and walked out holding Yang Zixin's hand. Haha, ah yeah, it seems like a little master. Everyone looked at it and laughed. This Lin Yao was once again cute to everyone. When Zhang Hang saw it, he quickly spoke. Let's go, I'll help you with your luggage. After speaking, Zhang Hang took on the hard work leave like this, shook his head helplessly. His own daughter is really lovable. Looking at the beef and potatoes that had been fried into golden brown in the pot, Lin Fei fished them out. He poured oil again, added sugar and some prepared secret soup, and turned his head inadvertently. Looking at the distressed faces of the two Yang brothers behind him, Lin Fei smiled. Hey, you two are still standing here? It's really hard work. Are you thirsty? Do you want a bottle of water? Chapter 175, named Phoenix. Oumuge heard Lin Fei's words and reacted immediately. He hurriedly walked to the side, took out the mixed juice from the refrigerator, poured 2 cups, and handed them to the two. The two looked at it. It was wrong to take it, and it was wrong not to take it. Drink it. You two are so tired standing here, and it's free. Okay. The two took it helplessly. What the hell is this? The two brothers looked at each other, and they saw the helplessness in each other's eyes. Didn't the two of them come here to cause trouble? Why now? Looking at the radish carved by Lin Fei in front, the two seemed to have foreseen the result of today. Because everyone saw that radish. That was a phoenix. Such a fine carving. I'm back. In just a few minutes, Yang Zixin had already returned. At this time, the restaurant was already fragrant. In addition, Zhang Hang also told Yang Zixin what happened on the way here, so when she came here, she had already set her sights on Lin Fei. She found that Lin Fei was so handsome now. Such a man could be so handsome. What kind of dishes are you going to make? Standing by the window, Yang Zixin also began to watch. Her nose twitched fiercely, and Yang Zixin swallowed the saliva, with a greedy look on her face. Can I have some? Looking at the golden red soup boiling in the pot, Yang Zixin expressed her expectations. No. Lin Fei smiled. This is for our tasters. If you want to eat it, I will make it for you after. Okay. Yang Zixin nodded like a chicken pecking at rice, not to mention how happy lunch she was. I did a lot of homework before I came here. You are highly praised online, saying that you are a great cook, handsome, good at singing, and good at acting. Stop. Lin Fei listened with a bitter smile on his face. Now is not the time to flatter. It's not me who said that, it's all said on the internet. After that, Yang Zixin came closer and said stealthily, look, I said it. Make a few more meat dishes in the afternoon, everyone around was stunned. So, are you waiting here? Haha, and Lin Fei, when he heard this, also laughed out loud. Okay, make 2 more meat dishes in the afternoon. It's settled. Well, Lin Fei smiled helplessly, then changed his gaze, and looked at the wok in front of him. Seeing that the soup was already cooked, Lin Fei picked up the beef and potatoes that had just been fried on the side, and poured them in. The ingredients were put into the pot, and under such a sticky soup, there was no crackling sound that could stimulate other people's hearing. Dang. Lin Fei began to stir fry continuously. For a moment, all the ingredients actually showed a little golden red at this time. And the fragrance was also emitted. Because of the low heat point, everyone smelled such a fragrance and almost drooled. This is too fragrant, right? Who can stand stimulating other people's sense of smell so early in the morning? Damn. This color is too beautiful, isn't it? Can't stand it so early in the morning. Lin Fei, have you considered the feelings of us viewers? I looked at the meat buns in my hand, and they didn't smell good anymore. Lin Fei, you have to compensate me for my rice noodles. I was so fascinated by it just now that the rice noodles spilled. Woo. Woo woo. I didn't eat breakfast in the morning. Do you know how difficult it is? The barrage had already gone crazy. Perfect. Pa. Looking at Lin Fei again, he smiled and turned off the fire. Looking at the background plate on the side, the radish on it was now placed in the middle point, and Lin Fei took out the pieces of meat and potatoes and placed them directly around the carved base point. The potatoes and beef were now in a golden and red color, which looked very beautiful point. But the next scene made everyone boil. Damn. This Tang Xianachu, who had been paying attention, couldn't help but swear. I saw that after Lin Fei put all the beef and potatoes on the plate, he walked out with the wok and plate. Looking at the two people at the door of the kitchen, Lin Fei smiled like a spring breeze. How about it, you two? Let's go out and taste it. This. Looking at Lin Fei walking outside, the two looked at each other. Now, brother. Lin, why don't you pour the soup on it? Looking at Lin Fei putting down the plate, Zhang Hang asked in confusion. Lin Fei listened and smiled. Don't worry. After saying that, he turned to look at the Yang brothers and said with a smile, come, both of you, please sit down. Jia, go get 2 pairs of chopsticks. Okay, Dad. Fei, watching the two people in front of him take the chopsticks, smiled. Lifting the wok and hanging it above the carved phoenix, Lin Fei slowly turned it over and poured it directly on. Swish. When the golden red soup poured down, everyone's eyes widened. This phoenix seemed to be alive. This. Instantly, the Yang brothers opened their mouths wide, looking at it in disbelief. At this moment, the scene in front of them was like the phoenix reborn from the ashes, howling to the sky and flying high. The base below was now soaked in the soup, and it looked like a tough rock. Finally, the soup was poured, and looking at the amazed expressions of the people around him, Lin Fei smiled. You two, this is today's dish, called Phoenix. Come, try it. Looking at Lin Fei's indifferent look, the Yang brothers were speechless. They only had one feeling now. At point after a long time, the two finally gritted their teeth, picked up chopsticks, and began to pick up potatoes and beef in the magma. This. After taking a bite, the two were shocked. This taste, this texture. The two stared at Lin Fei. Instead, Lin Fei smiled. How is it? How does it taste? It shouldn't embarrass you restaurants around here, right? The taste. Yang Kang was embarrassed for a moment. Turning his head, he looked at Yang Kang for a long time, and finally, Yang Kang gritted his teeth. Looking at Lin Fei, Yang Kang's eyes were full of regret. Mr. Lin, your dishes are delicious. I can even say that we two brothers are ashamed of ourselves. Heh. The crowd breathed a sigh of relief and laughed happily. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.